For now. That is business related, and I do still have it.
You're still on mission 1.
Champion time.
Go. It's the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go. By eBay.
Hell! It's been tough. I always think that it's my fault.
Drinking gin. Yep, I'm toxic.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick. My ass is so fucking stretched.
Oh, no, you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words.
Mark my fucking words. I'm the king of hate, bitch.
For now.
Go. It's the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go. By eBay.
Hell!
Hateful slurs. Lame brain pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs. Why am I toxic? I love it. Hey, Mr. Burnell, you there? I am present.
I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Tevin's fault.
The topic I want to discuss is depression. Depression is not a joke. It's not something to be joked about with. You are not alone. You are not a horrible person because you have this. It's not your fault. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back.
Hello, Derek's. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's been a long time. It's like a million years ago.
Champions time.
It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. It's been tough.
Phil's a beggar, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser.
It's been tough.
Phil's a faggot, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar,
It's been tough.
Phil's a beggar, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser.
It's been tough.
Phil's a faggot, Phil's fat, Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar.
Super Meat Boy is in the stream chat, whining and complaining, saying that I never talk to anyone unless they tip me or they send me money, which is completely false. All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed and no one cares. And everyone's basically ignoring him because you're like, dude, we just don't care. You know, you come in, the first thing you say is you're depressed. And what are we supposed to say to that? Now he expects that I'm going to derail the whole stream to talk to him live. So let's do it. Super Meat Boy, how you doing? You're really depressed tonight, huh? You're really depressed.
My stream is my place of business.
The company's name is Burnell Productions. It is internet content creation of on-demand and...
I fucking love this intro. And I know I made the song, but I love the intro. And I gave myself a shout out.
Operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me. I'm the one.
Operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up.
Please pay my bills.
I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
You better take a sip.
Please.
My bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
Hey, Frogga, you sobering up?
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me. I'm the one.
Who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up. They fucked me again, left and right, and my ass is so fucking stretched out at this point. It's time to push back. It's time to push back.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Please tip me.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel.
Because I have bills coming up. I've never ever used a hateful slur.
Ever. And that pisses me off.
I wanna watch some faggot. Some homo. Fiddle's a nigger.
You better take a sip.
The rain is very heavy. Heavy is the rain. Just the rain has lots of messing with. The rain is very heavy. Heavy is the rain.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree.
Big. All I see you do
should make it a new thing to freestyle over the instrumental part of the song. Like here I should be freestyling every fucking stream in the beginning. Just like off the dome freestyle. It's gonna be like some guy that freestyles a lot. Anyways, today we're gonna be watching DSP fucking up dinner and DSP fucking up DoorDash, featuring his wife. I mean horse. I mean his wife. I mean his daughter. I mean his horse. And then, after that, we're gonna be watching the Game of the Year Awards, the prestigious, awesome DSP Game of the Year Awards. Let's listen to some more Liquid Richard while I set up stuff behind the scenes, dude. Let's see Cyborg BBC. I love that song.
Ooh, that BBC torpedo, baby.
The BBC Torpedo.
Yo,
The Snort Pedo. Minus the pedo. We don't like that here.
get on top, have your body shaking back, shots you taking, leave your body quaking, sucking, clit. I'm amazing. I bust one, bust two, then I bust three. When it comes to sex, I'm giving you robotic BBC. Can't believe my tongue flaps like a motorboat. So much bust. I had.
Big ups, everybody. Join up, gather around, and we're gonna start the chill.
I feel gruesome when I do it. It's 10 inches, slide in, toes clenching, pussy's tight, maneuvering.
And second part of the sponsorship stream, that's coming soon. When I have more time to do it, because it's gonna be extensive.
Only touch those cheeks that lack a certain stench. Bus one, bus two. Bus one, bus two. Hey, Liquid Richard, you catch that or what? Go green. Go green. I can talk about dicks all day. I'm a heterosexual male that women love, that even men think that I'm attractive. Nigga. Me and Wings of Redemption can easily collab.
Certified Hood Classic. Let's go. New Age Black featuring Lil Richie back to back. And then we're gonna get it fucking started. I just wanna get you hyped as fuck so you can bust more.
Check this out,
I'm a fat fuck, but you know you hoe love me.
Y'all niggas ready? Oh, yeah. That flow is out of style like a week ago. Whole system broken like it's Cully go. Vision, I stick pussies with precision. Vision, I stick pussies with a hot kitchen. I hit it from the back. 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 Listen to this track. Your mom gives me double stack. Hop on the BBC. Gets to her knee. Fucking worthless niggas. Go green. Ejaculation machine. Notification. Go green. Get that ass big. Get that ass big. Ejaculation machine. Notification. Go green. Get that ass big. Get that ass big. Everybody come pull out your cocks.
This is me in the beginning of all of the streams. Everybody come pull out your cocks. We're about to bust.
That flow is out of style like a week ago.
Hey, Phil wasn't wrong when he called this circle jerking.
I stick pussies with precision.
But him telling his chat that they love his streams and his chat telling him that they love the stream back, that's not circle jerking.
I hit it from the back. I hit it from the back. I hit it from the back.
Get pussy when you're fat, that's what you like to do. Get money when you're fat, that's what you like to do. Shout out to Chris Chan. I've drunk my own piss, man. Man, everybody, people cheat on their wife, man. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. People cheat on their wife, man. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. Wink, wink. This one goes out to you little soft music loving motherfuckers. Really talk, motherfucker.
Really talk.
That flow is out of style like a week ago. Whole system broken like it's Cully go. Vision, I stick pussies with precision. Vision, I stick pussies within a hot kitchen. I hit it from the back. I hit it it from the back, 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 back. I hit it from the back, back. I hit it from the back. I hit it from the back, 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 back.
Alright everybody, let's get this chill fucking started. As always, if you wanna spread the fucking chill like it's AIDS, I guess, you can drop a like, drop a sub. We're almost at 1500, which is incredible. If we hit that goal, absolutely nothing will happen. So let's make it happen right now. Also, if you love me and you want to give me all of your money, the links are below. This is not a place of business, so I'm not requiring it. But if you do it, it makes me happy because obviously it does. So welcome everyone. We're gonna start with DSP's terrible fucking Christmas roast that he fucked up because he is DSP. And then we're gonna continue with the DoorDash that he fucked up because him and his wife are adults. And then we're gonna wrap it up with the Game Awards from DSP. And that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Now let's dive into this place of business, also known as the pre-stream podcast. And now this is a blast from the past because this video is from a while ago, 13 days ago. So let's see as an introduction to him fucking up food, I guess. And yeah, that's it. Big ups chat, big ups everybody who is here tonight. I just came back from my second Christmas vacation because I'm cool enough to have 2 Christmases. And let's get into it.
So finally, it's time for our Christmas dinner. All right. Now we've been anticipating this for like weeks. I've been talking about it on the streams that this year we were going to do something different. A Christmas roast. I called it the roast beast. What it is roast beef, a big roast beef roast. You cook in the oven. Now Kat had looked up various recipes. She found one that she thought would be good. It was a recipe that was medieval style. What it is you use common seasonings to basically dry. Hold on. We just fucking started. By the way, I haven't seen this before. We just fucking started. Did he say it's fucking medieval style? Did he say it's medieval style fucking roast? He's already being fucking retarded within the first 22 seconds of this video. Phil, come on. It was a recipe that was medieval style.
Medieval style? What the fuck does that even mean? Medieval fucking style. Common seasonings.
Basically dry rub your roast beef, okay? Then you...
Hey, big up Toxic Carl.
Gaming super chatted $1.43.
Yes, TTS lady.
Like TBH folded hands. This is toxified folded hands.
It is what it is, Toxic Carl. Dislikes don't even matter anyways, but thanks for trying anyways. And yeah, now we're having the unveil for the new TTS lady. She reads the super chats. Because I would rather just respond to the super chat and not just read all of it. But I still appreciate it just as much. Thanks.
Create your own kind of a broth.
Medieval fucking style.
Red wine and other ingredients.
Yeah.
Roast beef
was so good he's still burping from it. Well, it wasn't good because he fucked it up.
Braised. Then it has to be slow cooked.
Medieval fucking style. Like his wife's face.
Okay.
Medieval style.
And then when it's slow cooked, then you take the sauce out and you create like a gravy out of the sauce that cooked with it to eat the meat with. So this sounds great, right? I mean, oh my God. So it's got all kinds of ingredients. It's got cinnamon. It's got nutmeg. It's got clove. It's got some garlic salt. The sauce itself was made from like beef stock and like I said, some red wine. What was funny is we're making it and we're like, so what does the ingredient say? The ingredient says 1 to 2 cups of red wine. I said 1 to 2 cups. You know
why not?
That is, if you do that, the whole thing will just taste like wine. So instead of
following the recipe, he just fucked it up, and then is saying it's not his fault. Let's see.
We did about half a cup of red wine.
Yeah, half a cup. He did like what 25%. He said 2 cups, right? He did 25% of what it said.
You want to go crazy.
What a fucking nice guy.
In line with the recipe and everything.
Why not just use the rest of it as water if you don't want it to be less fucking wine tasting or whatever? But if it says use wine, you should probably use wine. But you can always put some more water so it's not dry as fuck.
So braising, I never really braised a thing of beef before. You know, having to put it in a frying pan and basically you cook every side of it so that's browned on the outside, but then it's going to slow cook on the inside in the oven. So it braised it, you know, had dry rubbed it, everything good to go. Goes in the oven for how long? The recipe says 90 minutes. Okay, goes in the oven for 90
All right,
minutes. Now,
sounds
in the
good.
meantime, we also have a side we're doing. We're gonna do roasted potatoes, little miniature red potatoes that you cut in half or into we cut them into quarters, and you season this with olive oil, rosemary, thyme, parsley, and other things. There's a lot of seasonings you toss on this. Okay.
A lot of shit. Whatever you got, you just throw it on there. Makes you feel more like you're cooking if you put more stuff.
That the roast beef would come out, and the potatoes would go in, and we would have some time to create the sauce and everything from the juices of the meat, so everything would be ready to go. And then as soon as the potatoes come out, we cut up the slice of the meat, have sauce, everything good to go. And we actually have corn too, but that was just we tossed in the microwave. It was frozen corn, and on top of all of that,
Frozen corn. Why not canned
why don't we just
corn?
make the corned beef hash?
Frozen fucking corn.
I was like, from breakfast? She's like, yeah, we didn't do it. Might as well just make it anyway. We're not gonna eat it another day.
Oh, by the way, here is it's one of the pattern of his wife being an idiot and him talking about her and not even realizing how he's demeaning her while he's talking like shit about her.
All right, fine. We'll make the corned beef.
All
hash.
right,
And
fine.
the idea, she's
And now
like,
it fucked up.
If you're gonna have corn, why don't we just mix the corn into the corned beef hash? That would be yummy. I was like, actually, that probably would be pretty good. All
That
right.
would be yummy.
So she made
That's why.
that,
That's
red
what
potatoes.
his wife said. It would be yummy. Remember that's what Liana used to say. Oh, that looks yummy, Phil.
Everything comes out. All right,
And then she would take a bite out of that hot dog that had his sauce on it, and it would make a massive cringe face.
it's good to go.
It's like she ate fucking, I don't know, trash.
We're gonna start cutting up the roast
Basically.
beef, okay. Now immediately I noticed something as I'm cutting up the roast beef. It seems overcooked. And what I mean by
Hey,
that is
he
when you
fucked it
roast
up.
something,
What a fucking
he
idiot.
cooks it through, but this was not like, oh, it's kind of maybe mildly pink.
That's why the concept exists of while the thing is cooking, you take it out and you check it. So it's not overcooked. But apparently it doesn't exist for them. And I'm pretty sure they're one of those people that if the recipe says this amount of time, they just leave it for that amount of time without checking it or caring about it in any capacity until that amount of time is done. And then they check it up and then it's not done or it's overdone.
Or whatever. It was like, this
Guy with 2 names super chatted $1.99. Never forget TTS Italian in Pepperoni, Italy.
Yeah, never forget the Italian lady, dude. It was sad she died. But she fucking died. I mean, I killed her. I mean, she died. I mean, she left. It was amicable, just like Liana left.
is like brown. Like, it's cooked way too much. And this is 90 minutes, by the way. The recipe said this recipe is effective anywhere from 90 minutes.
This recipe is
to 2
effective.
hours of cooking in the oven. We went with 90 minutes.
Nothing is effective in your fucking household, DSP. Nothing is effective. The most effective thing is Kat because she goes to work.
Okay? So, cut it up, and already I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is reminding me of when my mom used to make roast. Now, when my mom
Oh,
used to
of
make
course
roast
it
in
does.
oil,
Of course it does. Of course it fucking does.
when I was a kid, it would look like this. And it honestly, the meat would taste bland, but she would make it with a broth or sauce that was salty and had a lot of seasoning in it. So what you would do is take the London broil and dip it in the broth or sauce, eat it, and then it would actually taste good because you get all the flavors from the sauce. So I'm thinking, all right, sadly, this is a little disappointing that this happened. But the whole point is that we were making this sauce from the broth and the juices of the meat, and the sauce is supposed to be what you dip it in to taste good. So maybe it's not a loss. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe this is how it was supposed to come
Rye
out.
Drake super chatted $1.99. We get sexy cat lady voice for SC's big ups.
Yeah, big ups to this lady. I was browsing through them and this one seemed like reasonable enough and kind of sexy, you know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cutting-
That's what kind of women I like working for me. I'm not like that fucking incel Phil. I like myself some hot, cool sounding, dope ass, strong, badass boss bitch women to work for me.
Eh.
Or to collaborate with me.
Each of us
That's
get,
what I
three
like.
big slices of this roast beef.
Not some fucking, I'm fucking married. I don't like fucking women because they got cooties. And my wife, I like my wife.
Each get a side of sauce. You put it down. All right, so we sit down to eat. First of all, you take a potato. The potatoes are good. Crispy on the outside, they're warm and cooked on the inside.
This guy's a fucking alien.
Olive oil and all
I fucking swear.
amazing.
Hey,
Exactly
hi, Storm
how we
Martin.
intended. The
I'm glad you could catch this.
corned beef hash. I mean, duh, it's corned beef with
Oh,
actual
by the
rice.
way, massive announcement. This is the end of the raw fill. There will be no raw fill anymore because guess what? It's fucking boring, and I don't want to subject you and myself to an hour of schedule autism and bullshit retardation before he starts actually ranting about something. So no, we're not gonna be watching it. We're gonna be watching clips some other day. And yeah, that's how it is. Because there's plenty of people that take care of this, that clock in. You got Frog on duty from time to time. You got Shinko doing the pre-stream podcast recap, which is, in my opinion, the best way to consume the pre-stream podcast, because you know that guy is fun and he does it after the fact. And yeah, you know. So shout out to them. You can go check them out if you want the raw shit, or you can go watch DDM. But this is not gonna be featuring it because it's sad.
I was making insane amounts of money, like dirty, rotten. This is way too much fucking money for just.
Hey, big ups for the gravy train, Hood Hustler.
Hustler tipped $5. R.I.P. Streamlabs Italian lady. She was buried alongside gangster grandma at the Mustang Modular Graveyard. May she rest in eco boost.
Yeah, right next to the fucking grandma. Right next to grandma. Oh, big ups, Hustler.
Delicious. Of course, it was silly and not had anything to really do with the dinner we had planned, but it was good. So then we go to have the roast beef. Cut the first piece. Go to taste the first piece without any sauce. Bland. Completely bland. No flavor whatsoever.
Bland.
Meat, completely overcooked. And all the seasoning that we had rubbed on the outside of it is flavorless. Nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, and other things that we put on it, you can't taste any of it.
Maybe you didn't put enough.
What's the point of rubbing it in it then? Right? The recipe claimed that it was supposed to have flavor.
The recipe, it's the recipe's fault.
Why we bother?
The recipe's fucking fault.
All right, let's try the sauce. So you take the beef, you dip it in the sauce, you take one Oh!
Of course.
The sauce was
They fucked up the sauce.
nasty.
They fucked up everything they touched. Everything they touched, they fucked up. The sauce was nasty. And it was the recipe's fault. And the shit was dry and it tasted like ass because the recipe. This fucking guy can't do one thing. And not just him. His mature adult wife as well. The queen of hate. The queen of fucking hate. Hey, big ups for the sub. Raw Clobster. And big ups for the super chat, Dayglow. Let's see what the message said.
Dayglow super chatted $5. Baby Dave will never grow up to be a real boy. He will wish upon a star but for the best pulls in WWE and DoorDash. Sexy lady has spoken.
Yeah, baby Dave is like Pinocchio. He's never gonna be a real boy. Except when he lies, he just gets more tips instead of his nose getting bigger. Jesus Christ. Big ups, Dayglow.
Exactly per the recipe we had found online. Basically, the sauce was bitter as shit. It was like, why would you make meat and then try to put it in a bitter ass sauce? If the meat doesn't have flavor, you want flavor, not bitter. It was so bitter.
Yeah, you fucked it up. You fucked it up. Because you don't need a fucking recipe for this. You need a little bit of common sense. How to do half a cup. Yeah, that's not what it says. It said 2 cups of wine, and you used 25 fucking %. Are you actually retarded?
The recipe called for 1 to 2 cups of wine.
Yeah,
And we used
literally 4 times more.
half a cup of wine.
Yes, you fucked it up.
So imagine we had used the whole 1 to 2 cups, how fucking bitter. And
Really bitter.
alcoholic and acidic.
Alcoholic, acidic. Bro, you fuck it up. And then you complain how much worse it would be if you followed the recipe. Are you, like, actually fucking serious right now? Actually serious. So he went out of his way to not follow the recipe. And then he's complaining that it would be much worse than his fucked up meal if he had followed the recipe. I can't even fucking figure it out at this point. I can't figure it out. I can't at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ. What are you saying? I actually don't know what you're saying. I wish I did.
The beef's way overcooked, dry, no flavor. The sauce is terrible. How the fuck do we eat this? We even tried it.
Yeah, red wine is not even bitter anyways. It's fucking nice and sweet, and it's used for cooking all the time. All the time. And it doesn't make anything taste fucking alcoholic or acidic. Whatever the fuck that means.
Steak sauce. We pulled A1 steak sauce out of the fridge and tried to eat it. That shit was inedible. It was completely inedible. The meat.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
By the way, this was no cheap thing. This was a roast. An actual expensive roast that I bought from the
This was no cheap thing, hey.
It was completely ruined. The recipe was
Hey, what's up, Isaac?
absolutely wrong. All right?
The recipe was wrong, but you didn't follow it. You didn't follow it. So it was wrong, you didn't follow it, and you fucked it up. And now you're saying that if you followed it, it would be even more wrong. Which makes no sense.
The rub was flavorful. The rub was completely flavorless. You couldn't taste it at all. The recipe claimed that the sauce would be good. The sauce was absolutely disgusting. And the recipe claimed that 90 minutes would leave it nice and juicy on the inside. It completely overcooked it. So
they got DoorDash for Christmas. They fucking, I think he's gonna say it later, they had like Chinese food for dinner or something. On Christmas, they got Chinese food. DoorDash.
Recipes we had ever tried ever.
That's an awesome fucking family. That's an awesome family. I want to be adopted by the Burnells. At least I'm gonna show them how to cook fucking noodles properly.
Making anything together.
Because I've lived with authentic Indonesian people that taught me how to make Indonesian style noodles and a fried rice.
So, pretty disappointed, to say the least. So we're sitting there, we're hungry. We're like, so what are we gonna do? Just eat a bunch of potatoes? Right? And so...
Yeah, you fucked it up. When you fuck up your royal dinner, Mr. King of Hate, and I really like the resurgence of the King of Hate, and I make sure when I tweet about DSP to mention that he's the King of Hate, because you shouldn't be forgetting DSP is the King of Hate. The King of Hate, by the way, Darkside Phil, the King of Hate, the King of Hate, Darkside Phil Burnell.
Contingency plan, what do we do? And so we're like, well, shit. We're hungry. What do we do? We don't.
I just realized it says pre-stream poocast in the top.
Have any extra dinner food sitting? We're not gonna make a whole second dinner after cooking. When we've been cooking, this is no exaggeration.
Yeah, second fucking dinner. 3 hours of work. Yo, did you have your fucking hands tied or something? 3 hours of work to put some shit in the fucking oven and fucking, I don't know, massage it with whatever seasoning? Really?
To sit
Holy
down
shit.
One of the absolute worst dinners we've ever made.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
3 hours.
Because you're 40 years fucking old. And you can't even figure out how to fucking follow a recipe.
Hours. All these dishes had to be washed afterwards and shit. And we're like, wow, what a waste of a fucking time for a terrible fucking recipe. So we're like, well, what can you get? Well, guess what? Almost every
Guess what?
on Christmas Day. So we start trying to look stuff up. We're like, what's something we haven't had in a while?
Yeah, look stuff up. Pizza.
Open? No, 95% of the pizza.
Pizza. Let's have a fucking pizza for Christmas. Papa John's.
Not the one that we would normally order from.
Is it fucking authentic Italian? Papa fucking John's? Let's see. Let's see. I wonder.
It was like way on the other side of town that was open. Okay? I go online to try to see if you can order. They won't even let you do an online order for the place. Okay? Oh, maybe get a delivery service to do it. All the
Dave Lowe super chatted $10. Dave thinks he knows best and believes he can't be baited or scammed. He ends up just scamming.
That's 100%.
Himself. His paranoid mind can't trust a recipe. The King of Hate at his best, lol.
That's definitely the King of Hate at its best. Thank you, Dayglow, for the $10 super chat bomb. And you're pretty much right at everything you said. Let me show you, by the way, while we're derailing, because I wanted to have a derailment. This is something that someone uploaded to Kiwi Farms, prestigious place where you upload cool stuff. And as you can see here on top, we have a massive shout out to me and chat. So you guys got some love as well. You got a love emoji, a heart emoji, and an eggplant emoji for this idea. And it's, of course, The Witcher, The Gatcher, Fat Drunk, Expansion Pack, Total Wine. I fucking love this. So big ups for this. I'm very happy you got inspired by this chat and this stream to make an artwork like this that will be remembered throughout the ages. Of course, you have the Gatcher here in the middle. You have the vampire monster enemy on top, which is a familiar face. You have, of course, you have the bottle of the Tanqueray gin, classic, and you have your taters. Oh, you have Jasper. I just noticed him. And now I notice even more stuff. This is a fucking dildo. The sword is a dildo. And you got the Tism necklace, the typical Tism necklace. And I think that's it. But you can go check it out on my Twitter, or if you use the farms, if you're a mentally ill individual, go to the DSP Arts and Crafts thing, and Derek II of Coomland uploaded it. Go and give him like a heart or whatever. And also I learned, let me go on Twitter. I learned how to upscale fucking images, which means that I posted a lot of incredible stuff. And of course, my bio is at DSP, is the King of Hate, and forever will be. Let me see where it is. Now, here I have a moment where a gin fucking company hit me up out of literally nowhere and just DM'd me. And I asked them to sponsor me, and then they said because of coronavirus, they couldn't even ship me gin. So yeah, let's see. Here, of course, this is a beautiful upscaled photo of your king, the royal one. And here you have a even better one of the king's enhanced face, because I clicked enhance too many times. You can see this goatee is totally fucking gone. It doesn't exist. It's debunked. And the stroke mouth is in full fucking effect. It looks like a weird glitched fleshlight. And yeah, that's your stuff. If you want some more shitpost and garbage, you can go on my Twitter and fucking follow me. It's gonna be incredible, I promise. Now let's get back to the chef, Mr. Philip Ramsey. Philip Ramsey.
Services, I'm not exaggerating, added 5 to 7,
or maybe Philip Bourdain, because he's also depressed.
$dollars to the price.
That was a tasteless fucking joke, just like DSP's fucking food.
Pizza, just to get it delivered through the delivery service. So a pizza that normally would be like $13 to $15 was like $23 just to order through the delivery.
Scammed.
We're not doing that.
Scammed every fucking day.
I'll call. I'll do the old school stuff. I will actually call the pizzeria to place an order. So I called.
All right, that Anthony Bourdain joke was tasteless, but then I followed it up with a different joke that fit in the context. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. And a kid answers. You could definitely tell it's like a teenager. And I say, "Hey, I'm just curious. I know it's Christmas, but we had a disaster over here. Is it possible to order some pizza for delivery?" And the guy goes, he goes, "Well, yeah, you can order, but how long do we have to wait?" And he's talking to someone in the background. Oh, 95-minute wait, sir. 95 minutes if you want any delivery pizza. I turned to Kat and I said, "Do you think we want to do it?" And she's like, "Well, let's see. Let's try because we're hungry or whatever." I was like, "All right." So, all right, we're going to do it. The kid says, "What?" I'm not exaggerating. The kid says on the phone, "What?" He laughs at me. He goes, "Ha ha. You want to wait 95 minutes for a pizza on Christmas? Oh, I'll put you on hold." And he put me on hold for 10 minutes and never came back. I'm serious. This happened. I said, well...
There's this pattern, if you haven't seen, of everybody laughing DSP fucking off. And of course, you gotta wait on Christmas, because these dudes probably, you know, wanted to spend Christmas? I don't know. I haven't ordered food on Christmas, so I wouldn't fucking know. And they had... Of course, they have no food in the house. Of course, they have no food in the house. Nothing they can make. Nothing. They're completely fucking helpless, man. It's grown-ass people that are basically children. Basically children. It's like Home Alone, except it's nobody tries to break in. But he always thinks people are trying to break in because he's major paranoid.
I guess we're not getting pizza, so I hung up the phone.
Yeah, and it was also, I guess it's pretty busy around Christmas because a bunch of people order, like, basically... like catering level stuff. If you want to order a bunch of stuff and have it just delivered so you don't have to bother, that would make sense. But then again, I haven't ordered stuff for Christmas because I cook my own shit.
I said, so what else are we gonna do? Now, incidentally, the night before, I had been to the Chinese restaurant that we traditionally go to every year for Christmas Eve. And I had noticed, and I swear it was weird, but I never would have noticed this either. But for some odd reason, on the door, it said when I was going in to pick up our food, we are actually open on Christmas Day. Okay, now, I don't know. I guess it was fate. Because any other time, I never would have thought that they would have been open. You know what I mean? But I turned to Kay and said, wait a minute. I just remember something. The Chinese place said they're open today. And she's like, well, we love the Chinese food there. Okay. We got Chinese food 2 days in a row. And, you know, it sucks. Obviously, I didn't want to spend money 2 days in a row. It wasn't our plan. I had bought a roast and everything, but it was...
The king of fucking suffering. The king of fucking suffering. They got Chinese again. They had Chinese again. Because he fucked it up. And now he's a fucking victim. You should feel bad for him. Because he fucked it up. And he had to eat Chinese food. Chinese takeout. Jesus fucking Christ.
We ended up getting Chinese food 2 days in a row.
This is disastrous. Any normal human wife that he had would have walked the fuck out. Hell, she would have jumped out of the fucking window of the second floor. This is unacceptable, Phil. You're supposed to be a grown-ass man. And not... He eats like he's 16. He eats like his parents left town. And just left him, here's $100, do whatever the fuck you want. And he orders pizza every day. In big, like, 2 liters of Coke or whatever.
The same thing. She got sesame chicken again.
Yeah, she would jump out the window of her Skyrim office. Definitely.
2 days in a row. I ended up getting just some like chicken fried rice. At this point, I was so frustrated.
So frustrated. But that's your fault. Are you frustrated at yourself? Which I would understand. Sometimes when I fuck something up, I forget about it, burns, or it just doesn't turn out properly, which happens. I'm frustrated at myself. But he's frustrated that the fucking recipe scammed him.
I was like, I'm just gonna get whatever. I just like chicken fried.
Wow, wheelchair symbol.
God, this is so good.
Massive one.
It's so effing good.
It's so effing good.
I'm like, this is gourmet level. This isn't like I said, it's not American fast food Chinese. This is like this guy knows what the fuck he's doing.
Gourmet level. I hate the way he refers to fucking gourmet. I hate that word in his vocabulary. I usually don't mind it, but I hate the word specifically in the way that he uses it. Which is like gourmet, when he says it, means good food. High quality food. That's what it means. Minus everything else that the definition of the food means. It's gourmet because it's expensive and it's good. That makes it gourmet.
It's funny. 2 days in a row, I ended up going out to pick up Chinese.
Also, let me know if the Hotline Miami music is way too loud, because it sounds chill to me, but I don't know.
And it's basically the story of A Christmas Story. Yeah, you guys ever see the movie of A Christmas Story?
Yeah.
Where they're making a big elaborate.
What a fucking martyr.
And everything, and then the Bumpus Hounds.
He died for your chill.
Break into their house.
He's starved.
And eat the turkey right off their kitchen.
All right, if the music is chill, then nice. It sounds good.
So they go to a Chinese restaurant, and that's where they have Peking duck for the very first time.
Peking duck.
It's one of the best scenes in the movie. It's hilarious. Okay, so we had real life A Christmas Story here together.
Fantastic.
Our kitchen, well, our Christmas dinner was ruined not by the Bumpus Hounds, but by the Bumpus recipe. It was one of the worst recipes ever made. I don't know who the fuck would have possibly made that and thought it tasted good. You have to be an asshole.
You fucked it up, Phil.
We ended up getting Chinese food twice. I mean, I'll be honest.
You fucked it up.
Am I happy about that? No. I was really looking forward to that Christmas roast.
You fucked it up.
This is
Stop fucking it up.
You're cooking something with a recipe you don't know and you never done before.
Yeah, literally every recipe you've never done before, it's a recipe you don't know. Literally every recipe you do, you have to do once for the first time to learn how to do it. You don't just know how to do a fucking recipe. You can't even fry eggs if you've never fried eggs before. You're still gonna be confused naturally. So don't be giving me this fucking bullshit excuse. I didn't know the recipe. It said what it is. You didn't follow it because you thought you were smarter than the people that are telling you literally what to do because they made the recipe and you fucked it up.
Everything.
He can't even take accountability for this. And I see people on fucking Kiwi Farms or Reddit or whatever saying that he could turn it around. He could fix his channel. He can't even take responsibility for literally fucking up his Christmas dinner, which is not a big fucking deal. Just say, yeah, I used less wine, that's my fault, it's dumb, I don't know why I did it, but, you know, it is what it is, we got Chinese. You can always fucking say this, but he doesn't even want to take responsibility for this. Not even for this.
Someone telling you that something is going to taste good when they basically...
Hey, big ups Toy Box Brain.
They could be a fucking, you know, a lifelong smoker who can't taste anything but 2 flavors.
What about a lifelong chiller?
Great, you know?
Like his mom? His mom is that person. His mom is literally that person he was talking about right now. She even smoked when she was pregnant with Phil.
So...
that's why his head looks like that.
It is what it is.
It is what it fucking is.
Dinner was a disaster.
Yeah, you fucked it up. You moron. You fucking moron. Moron. He's cooking like he's 16 years fucking old. This guy is 40. And I'm not trying to make all you 40-year-old dudes out there and ladies feel bad. You're probably more well-adjusted and you can do more stuff than him. And you probably go to work too. But he can't even fucking do this. He can't do anything. He's living within the capacity of a 16-year-old child. Literally, that's his fucking existence. Now... oh, the Pokimane shit, it's an hour long. I'm not gonna be fucking going through that. Terrible. DSP Mrs. Rambo, that's very interesting. And then I want to go to, what was it though? DSP, he cooked something again. I don't know how it's called exactly. Let me find it. Disappointed in the Filipino food? No, that was 2 weeks ago. Let's see if Hate Army Watch has it. Dude, if you're in chat, you can tell me if you have it. But I think you have it. He was doing tip audits yesterday. Because some shit, something. He has no interest to talk about. I should also watch this. Oh yeah, this is it. The double DoorDash. There it is. Big ups Hate Army Watch for having the clip. It's half an hour, which is pretty dope. Let's put it in some nice, fresh 1080p. Let's see if hopefully it's gonna run well. Ruined her French toast with sour cream. This fucking retard horse. These people are fucking hopeless. And of course, we're getting trolled by Hate Army Watch here because he put the throat clear literally in the beginning of the video.
Ooh, I guess today
very fresh.
A little segment.
Very fucking fresh.
Call Phil's Day Off.
Oh no. Phil's Extra Chromosome. That's the new segment. It's an awesome segment.
Stuff that I did yesterday.
No, you do nothing on your day off. Like it's literally shit that you can sum up in 5 minutes. I was literally on vacation for like 4 days and I summed it up in 30 fucking seconds by saying I was on vacation and it was nice and now I'm back. He does nothing. He does nothing on his day off. Goes to the fucking supermarket, fucking orders food a bunch, and then pays his fucking bills or whatever, and then listens to Skyrim soundtrack with Kat in Jasper, or she plays The Witcher 3. That's awesome. That's awesome. Please tell me about it for literally half an hour or more, because you have so little friends to share stuff with. You don't even fucking get to discuss with somebody what you do in your chill time.
We say, you know what?
Plus, nobody asked. Nobody asked what you do on your day off. It's not interesting. It's not chilling. It's not interactive.
We're not going out today. Let's order a meal to be delivered for breakfast.
Oh, they weren't going out. Okay.
We don't. Usually, if we're going to order, we're ordering dinner or whatever. So let's order breakfast today. Let's do something different. So there's this place that is a smaller kind of brunch place. They do breakfast and lunch. They don't do dinner. They actually close earlier in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm totally not doubting that this segment, the actual segment, is gonna be at least 45 minutes long. And thank God this is only 30 minutes.
Right before the pandemic hit, so we're talking like late 20.
The pandemic, and everybody got banned. Banned.
Really
Gone.
And then the pandemic hit, and they closed for a while. And then they ended opening up with limited menu, limited delivery options, and then eventually, much like everything, they had a kind of a slow process of reopening, limited capacity, and so we started going there again during that time when they were open, like limited capacity and the like. We really like this place. Okay, we do. We just these outstanding food. But what we found is that in the last
DSP also functions in a limited capacity. Both of them are very limited capacity individuals, if I gotta be honest with you. Both of them are very limited capacity. To the point where... Okay, that's snort. Alright. Never mind.
Okay.
It's alright.
Place. And we don't know why this has happened. They have, like, absolutely exploded in popularity. The 2 times that we went there in a morning, now we're talking, oh, it's a weekend. We went there at, like, a random, like, Wednesday morning. At, like, let's say, I don't know, 11 a.m.-ish. They're packed to the brim with customers waiting to eat in there, and then...
That's great.
Waiting.
Big ups to that place.
And like I said,
they probably make good stuff.
But we're not sure what made them explode with popularity. Maybe there was, like...
Maybe they run their business properly, but you wouldn't know anything about running your business properly. So yeah, I'm not even gonna assume that. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you something on Twitter. I should have shown it during the derailment segment, but I saw it on Reddit. So shout out to the individual that posted it on Reddit. But I want to show you some real quick math. You've probably seen it already if you followed me. If you don't, then you don't. But take a look at this. Okay, I think I have it clipped somewhere. Oh, there it is. No, it's not this. It's this one. DSPGaming. Empty subscriber calculator, right? Sounds good. Let me open it in a new tab. Here it is. DSPGaming. Subscriber count, 195,000. Video count, 60,000. Total views, a big number. Total average views per video, 7,000. Active subscriber base, 3%. Dead subscriber base, 97%. Yes, this channel is going to the fucking moon. It's going places. Not anywhere successful, but places such as the dumpster or a landfill or a nuclear waste containment facility. Yes, 3%. Well, big ups, King of Hate. You fucking failed again. Let's see the other channels because I'm a scientist like that. DSP's Vlogging Archives, the retired channel, or should I say the retarded channel. Sub count 29,000, and active sub base 30%, dead sub base 70%, and yeah, let's see I think there was maybe another one. The KO Gaming one, that was the most alive one out of all of them. I actually don't know where it is, but KO Gaming had an actual positive percent and didn't make money, so he just killed it. And yeah, that's about it.
You know what I mean? Maybe a news outlet did a review of them and it was a positive review, and now everyone seems to want to go to this place. So that being said, we wanted to order from this place. We did, okay, for delivery. And it says, okay, you know, your food will arrive in like 45 minutes. Okay, great. Gives time to, you know, shower, get ready for the day or whatever. 45 minutes pass. Not here yet. Okay, let's open the app.
Oh, holy shit, sorry about that.
The delivery person is at the store waiting and your food's not ready yet. And it said that for about 25 minutes. And then it said the delivery person gave up.
They gave up?
A new delivery person.
What? They fucking gave up?
Food was so delayed that the person who went there to pick it up gave up and went on to do another job. Wow. Okay. So, we're waiting. Finally, a new delivery person is assigned, and the food does show up, no exaggeration, about 2 hours after we ordered it, an hour late from when we were expecting it to show up. Okay? So you think that by the
everything is a fucking disaster in his life?
No.
And it's actually like, dude, this shit isn't that much of a big deal. Why are you letting small stuff like this fucking toxify you like that? Because when you complain like this for small and insignificant fucking things about your life, you're letting out this negative energy that just kind of comes back to you in the end. You're being fucking negative. You're being the king of hate. As the title suggests, obviously.
What happened?
The royal family of hate. I really enjoyed making those that fucking edit for the thumbnail. It's one of my favorite that I've done recently.
You forget about it, couldn't find it.
Yeah, any small inconvenience he has to complain about for so long, letting out this terrible fucking negative energy. And then he wonders why shitty things happen to him all the time, because he's fucking acting shitty towards the world.
Make it and accidentally.
What goes around comes around, Phil.
Had to make another batch and
Phil.
What actually happened? Okay. But anyway, the food finally shows up. So what do we order? I ordered a breakfast burrito that was fried eggs with peppers, onions, and chorizo sausage with a side of potatoes. They call them. There's some kind of things like Irish style. So what it is, it's red potatoes. They chop them into little pieces and they fry it up.
Irish style. They put on some whiskey.
Very delicious.
What was this? Irish was I don't know. Let's say it's whiskey. Irish style alcoholic beverage is what I'm gonna call it. So you can't call me for being wrong.
I forget exactly what the name of it is. It's some kind of a special name. But what it is French toast with Granny Smith apples kind of baked into the French toast plus apples on top, and then they give you this special whipped cream. I think it's called Devonshire cream, and what it is like a whipped sweet topping that you put on top of it to eat it. Okay, so we get
all right.
Oh, looks good. It's cold, but what are you gonna do when you get delivery? Sometimes you get cold food. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So I start to eat mine. I love it. I'm like, wow, this is really good. So she starts to eat hers. Oh, by the way, I got her side of fried eggs too. So she eats the fried eggs first. Delicious fried eggs. Okay, on to the French toast, the main event. So
the main event. It's like WrestleMania. Devour Mania 32, 34. They stopped giving numbers to that shit. Damn.
If you want to butter.
We can't even count how old Vince McMahon is at this point. Let's see the sour cream story. That's incredible. You guys are gonna love this.
Containers of the Devonshire cream. Oh, cool. All right. So I said, there are 3 containers. I said, this is butter. You probably don't want that. And I said, here's your 2, and here's your Devonshire cream. So she opens it up and, puts it all over her French toast.
Did you check what it was?
Takes one bite. She looks at me like...
His wife is actually... She looks at him like this. This is how she looks like. This is how Cat looks like. Is Cat actually have 5 fucking brain cells? Is she that slow? In every case he's explaining doing something with Cat and it went wrong, she looks at him like this. It's like something short-circuit in her brain and she has no idea what to do. It's like a fucking Vietnam PTSD flashback. It's literally 62 IQ. What the fuck? These people are hopeless. How do they even exist? That's one of the draws of DSPs, and this is why I'm sitting here talking about it. It's like, how the fuck do you even exist? It really, take away the money that you get to be able to order food and everything else. If you had to live on a normal fucking paycheck, you would literally stop existing. What the fuck? What the fuck? They literally are NPCs. They literally are NPCs. Literally. NPCs. Except DSP believes he's the main character in life. And yeah, this is your first screenshot segment of the day. You can take this, you can enhance it if you can. And yeah, you can tweet it at me. I use Twitter.
I said, honey, what's wrong? Are you okay? Honey, I've never seen her like this before. She completely froze. Frozen, like someone
Frozen.
in a video game.
Yeah, in a fucking video game, exactly. Someone put the pause button in the video game.
And I was like, are you all right? I was scared.
Honey, your controller disconnected. They were playing co-op and the bitch battery ran out.
Or something, right?
What? Did she get like a stroke? Like Phil?
And she goes, oh no.
Yeah, she's actually retarded. That lady, there's no way she's not special needs. There is no way.
She looks down.
There is no way. Or on pills all the time. Actually, like in a medically induced NPC vegetative state. There is no other excuse. Yeah, did he almost say she was having a mental breakdown?
Back at me.
Holy shit.
He's not saying a word. And I'm trying to figure out in my head what is happening? Like, you know, I'm at a loss. I'm like, what could possibly be going wrong? The food looks great, smells great. You know, is she having a, you know what I mean? Like,
what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can just say, is she having a what? A mental what? Mental freeze, bro, like the astronaut in the ocean. Remember that fucking song? I hope you don't. It's a terrible fucking song. And I'm gonna fight everybody who says it's not. I will literally fucking defend myself.
I don't know what's about to happen.
That's retarded.
And then
That's literally what I think. This whole segment is the epitome of this 1 second soundbite.
That's retarded.
That's literally what I think, Kat. I fucking agree with you.
I agree with you. Contorts in horror. And at that point, I knew, I was like, okay, there's something wrong with the food. And I looked at her food. And I looked back at her, I said, oh no.
Wait, he had a different radio song as well?
I wonder how many of you have guessed what happened. I'm just curious.
What happened? You fucking ordered more food. You've ordered more food because both of you are fucking wheelchaired. And you had to order more food so you can be fucking satisfied with one of the two things that gives you pleasure in life, which is getting money and devouring and consuming products. So you had to get a fucking a second order because you're this fucking smart and this fucking hopeless.
So many of you guessed what happened at this point, because this was like solving a fucking mystery.
Yeah, the fucking whodunit.
So here's what
do I think she has a condition? I don't know. I don't know about her enough, but watching the videos with her, she's definitely not your average lady type. Because first of all, DSP has no chance with your average lady type. He has no chance. Plus of the backstory that we know about Kat, she's been through a lot of really fucked up shit. And this is the best place she can probably be in her whole life. So yeah, she's chilling and interacting.
You ready for this?
Ban the guy who says Cat needs an exorcism. Actually, don't ban him. I agree with you.
So, when we ordered the food,
if you don't know the exorcism lore, and this is now take it with the grain of salt or maybe a spoon of salt, but apparently Jenna, Kat's sister, had undergone some kind of an exorcism as a child because of their mom, who is cray cray. Their mom is not great, and yeah, that's what left them traumatized. But I don't fucking know, man. It's all like a rabbit hole within a rabbit hole within a rabbit hole. It's like Christopher Nolan directed all of this.
As you know, I ordered my own. She ordered what she wanted.
And tell me why so, if you know what I mean.
The things in containers, separate containers and everything. Okay? So she had taken the Devonshire cream and put it all over her French toast, the apples, everything. Covered it with the Devonshire cream.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb.
Guess what?
That's fucking dumb.
It wasn't Devonshire cream.
Yeah. And look at this face. This is the face that said my wife is an NPC. My fucking soulmate. This whole story I'm telling about is that she's dumb as fuck. My wife is so dumb. She couldn't open and check what the white cream was. If it was Devonshire fucking cream or it was sour fucking cream.
Black Mage 66652 tipped $1. Cat only communicates via autistic screeching and Skyrim dialogue quotes.
Exactly. I agree. I agree with you. Big ups Black Mage for the tip.
Think about what I ordered.
Yeah, fucking think about it. Jesus fucking Christ. What did you order?
Now it's starting to hit, isn't it?
Oh, it's starting. Oh, all right. Yeah, I get it.
Wait, uh-oh.
I didn't even smell it, man. Big ups Klaus for the super chat.
Klaus Mystery super chatted 96 cents. Plot twist, she wasn't posseized. She special needs.
Posseized. There's this thing where in I guess let's say third world countries or places that are impoverished, when somebody has special needs, they think they have other stuff that is possessed or something like that. So instead of giving them the treatment that they actually should get, they give them an exorcism instead, because that always fucking works.
I ordered.
Of course, I agree with you.
For breakfast burrito, that was eggs with chorizo sausage and ingredients that you would.
Bro, how are you so fucking slow? How are you so slow? I fucking wonder every single fucking day. You're so slow. I cannot believe this.
Something kind of.
Yeah, and it's like you get some shit. I agree with you, player Uno. It's an instinct to check your food and what it is, especially when you get a sauce. I always just open it up and fucking sniff it, or in some case when they all look the same or doesn't smell anything, I just dip a little spoon inside and I fucking taste it. But yeah, they fucked it up, and it's not a big deal. But the way he's explaining it to us, it seems like his wife is legitimately just delayed. She's slower than the slowest fucking day with 0 tips. That's how fast she is.
Without telling us and without it actually even saying so on the menu.
Oh yeah, they didn't fucking tell you, okay.
They had included sour cream as our side condiments in these little packets. And the sour cream and the Devonshire cream looked exactly the same. So we thought we had 2 containers.
Yeah. Do you have a nose that you snort with all the time? Do you have that? Does cat have a massive nose? Let's see if horses have noses. Do horses have noses? And then there was a weird thing that said, yeah, anatomy of the nostrils. The nostrils are the nostrils of horses. It's a very definitive answer. Yes, they do. And that's how they work, right? Called something in the front. It's called the muzzle. Look, this is what cat uses. All right, sounds fucking good. She's supposed to figure out with this if she has sour cream or not sour cream.
Devonshire cream, when in reality it was sour cream. So she had smeared sour cream all over French.
Remember when her actual sister, took a bath in Kool-Aid? While before she had some sexy time with a Kiwi Farms guy. That literally fucking happened. It literally fucking happened. She took a bath in Kool-Aid and then started taking pictures for OnlyFans while covered completely in Kool-Aid and butt naked. That's exactly what fucking happened, in case you don't know.
Toast and fruit.
She's following the family tradition, cat, of smearing stuff where they don't fucking belong for no apparent fucking reason. Big ups, kitty cat.
And you know, when you wait an extra hour to get your food and it comes super.
I wonder if Jenna's still following me on Instagram for no reason.
Seriously, like, what are you gonna do? You're an adult. You're not gonna sit there and throw shit and scream.
Yeah, in case you don't need the mental image of that, you can get the actual image of that because it's all on Kiwi Farms with actual pictures.
Makes you fucking cry. You're upset. So I tried.
Yeah, it makes you cry. Definitely makes you cry.
Honey, I'm gonna fix this. And I grabbed a bunch of paper towels and I start blotting. Right?
What?
The more I blot, the more the sour cream is now spreading out.
Yeah, cause it's you doing it. So yeah, you saying you're gonna fix something only means you're gonna make it much worse than it has to be, or it already is, because you're Phil. Obviously.
The biggest, most disgusting mess.
Yeah, it was like liquid shit.
Right? Like, it's just a big smear of sour cream everywhere. I'm like, no, I swear I'm gonna fix this. Here, I'll pick up some of the apples that are covered in sour cream. So I pick up 1, 2, 3. All the apples are covered in sour cream. There's no apples that don't have sour cream all over them. Now, okay, I'm trying to wipe. No matter how, I'm not even kidding. I used like 5 paper towels. There was still sour cream.
Yeah, no, that's fucking. That's the dumbest shit. That's just the dumbest shit. It's the dumbest shit. The fact that he tried to wipe the sour cream off the French fucking toast is the dumbest shit I've heard. Please, just don't. Just stay the fuck back. We will defend ourselves. We're gonna hit you with a fucking pistol grip. We're gonna call up the gunman, gangsta grandma. We're gonna desecrate her grave, take out her skeleton, rejuvenate her with fucking necromancy. He's gonna call up the fucking gunman. Stay the fuck back.
Stay back!
The dumbest shit, man. How do you even manage to do this? Thank God, yeah.
Thank God she had eaten her eggs. She did get some friends.
Wow.
Okay. And then I said, all right, we're going to have to share mine.
Black Mage 66652 tipped $1. Big ups to Officer Nasty's blown out arsehole being coated with that yeast growing sugary Kool-Aid. Blue waffle with a side of crack for breakfast.
No, I don't need this image of the blue waffle and the crack. No, Black Mage, stay back. We don't need this. But thanks for the tip. You got more numbers to name this time. It's not just 666, it's 52.
Breakfast burrito.
Is that like a rebrand, like the King of Hate?
Her the other half. I eaten only a few of my Irish style potatoes. I gave her half. So basically, between the two of us, okay, we ate
wow.
breakfast because that French toast was inedible.
Everything is a fucking cataclysm with this guy.
Took a bite. It was disgusting.
Hey, Poltar, what's up? We're having fun with the DSP and his fucking wife. The king and queen of fucking hate. The royal family of hate.
Cinnamony, appley French toast. It's nasty. It was so disgusting. So, it is what it is. Now, you know, it's funny because I guarantee you the restaurant felt they were going above and beyond. Oh, let's give them some extra condiments to be nice and show that we care about our customers. We're sad that the food's late, but here's some extra condiment. We'll give you sour cream, even though it doesn't even say it on the menu. In fact, what the menu actually says...
Yeah, do you have a fucking nose? Do you have a nose? Hey, big up Smashenko for the 2 months of being a chill, interactive, mature adult member, dude. And the message says, big ups Hoodlums, 2 months as a mature adult. Wow. Well, big ups for your support.
Comes with Pico de Gallo, which it did come
Pico de Gallo. Pico de Gallo.
That I was like putting on top of the wrap as I ate it, but it didn't say anything about coming with sour cream. So we had absolutely no clue this thing would have come with sour cream. None.
Yeah, do you have a nose?
And ladies and gentlemen,
can you sniff it?
I will take the...
Like you snort literally all the time? Bro, they're like, how are they too stupid to order from DoorDash? How?
For this, and here's why. I'm the one who took the condiments out of the bag. I'm the one who separated them.
I'm the one. Please tip me.
I'm the one.
I'm the one.
Creams down in front of my wife.
Yeah, you're the dumb one, and she's the slow one. You're made for each other. The dumb one and the slow one.
And you know, she trusted that I knew what I was doing.
Dumb and Dumber. They're literally Dumb and Dumber.
It feels terrible because I'm the one who essentially...
I'm the one.
Her breakfast by giving her the sour cream, not knowing that it was sour cream. Okay? It's my fault. I should have... I mean, as ludicrous as this sounds, I guess when we order shit, I'm gonna have to fucking taste test it all.
Taste test it all. You just gotta fucking smell it. It's not a fucking intellectual thing. It's not really hard to do. It's not a puzzle, boss. You just gotta sniff it. Give it a little bit of a sniff, and you're gonna figure it out. I promise. Unless you're too dumb to do that.
Ketchup.
Did he say ludicrous again? I missed it. Fuck.
It smells like
Luda.
Oh, it's raspberry jam.
Oh, bitch, get out the way.
Jeez. You really have to go through these extreme measures just to enjoy a meal that's delivered? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, but man, can't believe it. Okay. So anyway, that was our breakfast. So it was...
Big ups Alex Manti for being a mature adult member, dude. That's awesome. Big ups. And enjoy your cat gif. I don't even know where this fucking video is from. Jesus Christ.
It was a complete dud. We were both actually not full after eating breakfast, and we said, all right, here's what we're gonna do.
They're gonna order again.
Pizza.
Bruh, how am I supposed to take it seriously when he fucking begs? And I know this is the common fucking sense question, and I should know better than asking it, but bro, how am I supposed to believe him when he just orders food hand over fist? No matter whatever it is, how much it fucking costs, it doesn't matter. It's like DSP fucking tries it. It's like, bruh, how am I supposed to believe you? You're not doing yourself any favors.
All right? Real delicious.
Hey, Samba, what's up?
Craving this for weeks. It all started way back when on Christmas Day.
Of course. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Basically had a big fail on Christmas Day. Remember, we were going to make a big epic roast? And we did, except the recipe was terrible. The roast was monstrously overcooked, and the sauce was absolutely disgusting. So we couldn't eat it. It was inedible. And that day we wanted to basically have something to replace it. So I go, what can you get on Christmas Day? Pizza. And we tried to order pizza and literally got laughed at on the phone. Someone told us it was almost a 2-hour wait, ha ha ha, and then put us on hold for 20 minutes and never came back.
It's fucking awesome. Because they were fucking busy, or they just didn't give a fuck. Shit happens.
Christmas Day, we've been craving pizza. It's been about 2 weeks now. All right. So I go online, just curious. For some reason, a certain chain.
Which reminds me, once I had a situation kind of like this, when I ordered something, I don't remember what it was. And I called them and told them, can you please call me so I can go downstairs because our intercom wasn't working? Whatever. Some nonsense. And they called me back. And they told me, never call us again. And I'm like, what? Dude, they probably got the wrong number, but it was a funny thing. I laughed a lot.
House Mystery super chatted 96 cents. By the way, Ket literally has no home anymore.
What? Oh, her mom lost her house? Ah, that fucking sucks. How do you even know about this? Big ups for the super chat, Klaus.
Fast foodie more than others didn't deliver here anymore, and we don't know why. Apparently, I guess they shut down.
Yeah, those people were toxic, but I'm pretty sure they got the wrong number because I wasn't toxic or anything. I just asked them something.
Which is very odd.
Bruh, never fucking call here again. Like, okay.
Oh, but yeah, they're only doing carry out for some very, very weird reason. Papa John's. We like Papa John's over like Pizza Hut or Domino's. Pizza Hut and Domino's, nah. Papa John's seems to be a little bit better. At least around here when we've ordered it, the pizza seems better ingredients-wise.
Papa John's? Oh, her sister said it.
Okay.
All right, so it's probably true.
So, yeah, we went online and still it's saying no delivery available in your area. And we're like, how is this possible? There's literally a Papa John's in our city. There's a Papa John's.
Why don't you just drive over there? Why not? Why not? You have a car, right? You're fucking perfectly able.
Right over the line to the next city.
No, instead he's gonna try and order, and if it doesn't work out, he's gonna complain because that sounds good and for some reason it makes sense.
But none of them are.
Black Mage 666 tipped $1. Dinner gets fucked up. Order pizza. Breakfast fucked up due to retardation. Order pizza. Truly the most normal
retardation.
and mature adults ever to live on this earth. Authentic Italian Papa John's.
Papa John's. Yeah, big ups Black Mage. This time is only 666, dude. you changed back to your previous brand. Yeah, big ups. I agree with you. Yeah, very functional and normal.
We're delivering. I don't know if it has to do with coronavirus protocols. I don't know if it has to do with they just don't have enough employees anymore to do it. I have no clue. But so what I ended up doing was I looked up alternative ways, and you could actually order like fast food pizza and then have it delivered by one of these other delivery services. Now the catch-22 here is it's more expensive because they always mark up the menu prices, but I guess in particular Papa John's was, I guess, looking to
Papa Rambo. Bro, remember that fucking video when Papa John was straight up like having a Joker segment? I need to show you this because I really like it. Papa John Joker. That was so fucking good, and it's only like a minute long. Oh yeah, it's 15 seconds.
I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight?
The day of reckoning.
What is it about?
He's like, it's fucking a WWE character.
That's not straight.
Stay tuned.
Remember, because they kicked him the fuck out because he said the N-word at like a board meeting. He called somebody the N-word. This guy is a fucking amazing, and you should definitely buy his company.
remedy that. Because maybe they
not buy his company, buy from his company. Please don't buy Papa John's.
That was like up to like $12 or $13.
He basically pulled a DSP.
The order. If you
Accidentally said the N-word. It's an accident, dude. Come on. I didn't mean to say it. It just came out like that.
Order through delivery services, and we were like, oh, okay, then I guess we'll do that. So I ended up ordering some Papa John's pizza ahead of time for dinner, and scheduled it out. And something new that they're doing, there's a brand new pizza. Now, normally this would be something I would probably do on like DSP Tries It, right? I would review a new pizza, but it was on a day off and we really wanted to try it. So they have what's called a New York style pizza. Okay. what it is a very large pizza for a fast food delivery service. It's like a 16-inch pizza, so way bigger than a normal size pizza that you would get from one of these places. The crust on the edge is way thinner than the standard crust you would get at Papa John's. The pizza itself is large slices that you would like almost fold like you're eating.
All right, I'm about to light up some chill. Shiloh, if you're here, I'm gonna pass it to you. Make sure you catch it. And the other catchers of chill, make sure to pass it around.
Pepperoni.
It's totally legal, dude.
From Papa John's and wanted to try it out and see what it would be. All right. So we ordered that, and then basically I ended up going out and doing the errands for the day. So that included getting some pet supplies at the local pet store and grocery shopping. Okay.
Thank God you clipped this out. Thank fucking God.
Unpacking the groceries and everything. And the pizza gets delivered. Now, the pizza gets delivered by someone who's not a pizza delivery person.
The Agostinho Zinga Show super chatted $5.95. I'm just confused as to why no one in his chat asks DSP how he can afford to spend money on DoorDash given his financial status.
Right?
He has a lot of nerve.
Right? It's beyond me how nobody questions this shit.
Black Mage 666 tipped $1. A recent interview with Papa John said that he has two 16-foot eagle statues. The eagles are sitting in midair. He's really proud of them.
Bruh, this better be accurate lore, or I'm never gonna trust you again. But big ups Black Mage for the tip, and big ups Agostinho Zinga Show for the super chat. I agree with you. I don't know why nobody in his fucking chat calls him the fuck out. It's beyond me why nobody gets called out. And yeah, that's a good point, Cadence. They get banned. They do, but still, there must be a pay pig that at least considers it. At least considers it. And I might look up those eagles. Let's actually see. Let's actually see. That could be fun. Papa John Eagles. All right. Has a clock that's a sculpture of two eagles mating. Yeah, you're correct, bro. That's cool. That's it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. They're doing the thing. Oh my god. This isn't just a sculpture. It's a clock. Incredible. Incredible. Thanks for this lore. This is now a part of this stream. The fucking Papa John segment.
Their best, but they don't have that. You know how now
authentic
delivery pizza they deliver in that bag. They have a bag that keeps it warm or whatever. Usually in the car. They didn't have that. So the pizza showed up, and it was good. By the way, I'm gonna actually talk a little bit about this pizza in a second. I just wish it was warmer, but it's not. I can't. I cannot fault. You know, Papa John's, and I can't fault the delivery person. This is just a situation where they're not delivering, and we got to get someone else in there to deliver it. Okay. So anyway, New York style pizza from Papa John's. All right, I have something to say about it.
It's not authentic? Yeah. What? Oh, you're gonna show it on your phone? Yeah, that's the fucking segment. Look at this. But he can't show you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He shows you some bullshit fucking pizza, but not the WWE champions he doesn't have. This is that fucking guy.
That's what it looks like.
I trust him way more, because now he shows you some dumbass fucking pizza. It's just pizza.
And some of them were skinny, and some of them were actually like extra wide, like I said, like a New York style. The crust, it's definitely the same exact pizza dough.
Yeah, it's fucking. Why are they even stacked? That's a good question. Why are they fucking stacked?
As the regular Papa John's pizza, which is a little disappointing. They say it was a New York style. I thought, oh, it'd be maybe a special pizza dough. It tastes a little different, has a different consistency. No, it's pretty much the same Papa John's pizza dough. Okay, but the pizza is extra large, like I said, 16-inch, the biggest pizza you can order from a place like this. The crust was thin, not crunchy. It was actually a soft crust and a thin crust.
And of course, they got the biggest fucking pizza because he's a boss. He's the CEO of Burnell Productions. He can't get a small pizza.
We got pepperoni. The pepperoni covered the entire top of the pizza. Like, it was amazing how much they evenly spaced it. They must actually, like, worked on this to get it to be that nicely covered and even. When you take the piece off, you can fold it just like New York style pizza, or you can hold it with 2 hands because it's wider pieces. You need to kind of hold it like that. It tasted great. Was it authentic
All right.
New York style pizza? Hell no. It was.
Are you an authentic Italian? Hell no. You're not an authentic Polish person. You're not authentic anything.
Like authentic New York style pizza. When you go to New York and you get pizza, first of all, the sauces usually has chunks of tomato in it. That didn't happen. That was not in this pizza. Usually this cheese is stretchy, right? Stretchy mozzarella. No, that was not the case here. It was just, you know, think you ever had a Papa John's pizza? Okay. Think it's a bigger pizza, bigger folding slices, and a lot of ingredients. If you get toppings, they cover the entire top of it with toppings. That's essentially what their New York style was, okay? But it was good. Like, to show you again, that's a few leftover pieces.
Why?
After we had eaten it.
Why do we get to see this? Why?
It's actually
Tell me why.
good. The flavor was good. It wasn't super greasy. It was a little greasy, but not super duper greasy like a lot of other fast food. Like, the reason that I stopped at one point eating Pizza Hut is because Pizza Hut is absolutely disgusting with grease. Like, when you order...
Oh yeah, Papa John is so fucking good and so organic and so fucking authentic. It's literally fast food pizza. What do you fucking expect?
Pizza Hut pizza and go like this at an angle.
Hey, it's pizza. It's a piece of peace. Shout out.
It's fucking nasty, man. It's like wringing out a sponge and it just pours. It's nasty.
It's like his skin. Nasty. Pours grease.
I would say, in regards to fast food delivery pizza from a chain, probably, and I'm not exaggerating, probably the best fast food delivery chain pizza I've ever had. That's saying something because I've been eating pizza my whole life, obviously. And by the way, no, it's nowhere near as good as authentic Italian pizza. It's not. Authentic Italian pizza...
Paul J. Brazel Jr. super chatted $2. Grug no need no cook, cause wheelchairs, rolling on the floor laughing cocktail.
Yeah, big ups for the cocktail. Yeah, that's the Grug meme from Raven's stream. Yeah, Grug no need to cook, cause wheelchairs. That's how it is. Fucking Grug.
Completely different. Authentic Italian pizza has hand-tossed crust that has bubbles.
Hand-tossed?
Crunchy.
It's like hand-tossed salad.
Airy and has good flavor to it. And has a char flavor to it. The dough of real Italian pizza is chewy, but also bendable and floppy.
Floppy, the floppy dough. What are these fucking adjectives? Also, is this an adjective? Am I saying the right thing? Anyways, what are these fucking floppy, sloppy, hand-tossed,
this is not like that.
Chewy, tangy.
Okay. And basically, the sauce. You will never replicate real Italian sauce unless you're Italian, because the Italians, they make their sauce in the morning. They'll make a big pot of their sauce, their marinara for their pizza.
The Italians.
And they slow cook it all day, and then they put it on the pizzas over the course of the day. You're never going to get that from a fast food chain like this that probably has their sauce made months in advance, frozen, and then they thaw it out and just pour it on their dough, their pre-made dough. You know what I'm saying?
The best and worst games is coming up next after this. We're gonna start with the worst ones first.
I would say that about a fast food style delivery chain, but that pizza, like, if I was going to order fast food pizza, I would order Papa John's New York style pizza every time. It's that good. It's the best you're gonna get from that kind of a place. So I actually give it 2 thumbs up. It was very good, and I saved a bunch of it. I'm gonna have it as leftovers over the week. It was really good pizza. Okay, all right. Kevin Bernstein, who did a super chat to start the super chats today, he says time to live stream your day off. Be a reality streamer. Let me think about that for a minute, because there's basically going to be a lot of things to consider. No. Absolutely not. Listen, there's a major difference, all right, between me telling you about my day off.
Because if we see it on a recording, then he can't give us this bullshit fucking narrative of what happened on his day off.
Explaining some of the fun stuff that I did, some of the foibles of bad things that happened, and me actually giving you live video of every facet of my life. All right? It's not even kidding. Not even kidding you. Just if I were to turn this phone on, a live streaming app of YouTube, if it even exists, because I don't know. I know they had that for Twitch. I don't even know if they have it for YouTube. Okay? I'm not even kidding.
If it even exists. Yeah, it fucking does.
Through my house. If I just walked through...
Raven went to Walmart for Christmas. That was a cool fucking stream.
You would have 20 conspiracy theory videos on the internet. Did you see
Conspiracy theory videos.
that looks like a solid gold statue that costs $40,000? Now we know where all fool's money goes. Oh my God, what's that over there? Do you see that coffee machine? That looks pretty expensive, man. That's probably about $50,000 coffee machine over there.
$50,000 coffee machine. And nice. Now we got a nice screenshot.
Media super chatted $5 at Hood. I know Paul, me Greg. Greg no live in Indiana. Greg live in big cave in Washington with sexy horse and meow meow. Greg drink fire water all day, rolling on the floor laughing cocktail.
Fire water.
I have no fucking self-control.
Hood hustler tipped $3. Grandpa Grug hungry and want authentic polished Tanqueray pizza. Slice of pizza.
Bro, he's drinking fire water every night while pulling the authentic Italian fucking wrestlers. Thank you both, Paul and Hood Hustler, for your contributions in the Grug memes. I love those fucking memes. The caveman fucking Grug. Because he's a fucking caveman. He can barely do anything. He's just clashing two rocks together and wondering why water doesn't come out. Because it's fucking a fill.
There was a chair! You see? These people are nuts. And what I found is the less that I give them to work with, the better. At one point, again, Kevin, I know you're actually a relatively newer viewer. You haven't been here for the 13 years that I made content. At one point in my history, I used to share everything. I used to literally film everywhere. In my house.
Yeah, because it made you bank. And now it doesn't. So now it's toxic. But back in the day, you didn't fucking mind showing anybody every single figurine and telling them how many thousands of dollars it fucking cost. Or that it costs thousands of dollars. Excuse me.
I used to vlog everything. Everywhere I went.
Yeah, for the money.
Whether it was a convention, just a vacation trip. Everything I did, I filmed and I put on the internet. Okay? That was fun for a time, but things changed over time where basically it became incredibly toxic.
Non-profitable. It was unprofitable. That's why you stopped. He doesn't give a fuck about the toxicity as much as long as he was making the money.
Basically disgusting to the point where people use every single piece of information that I put out on the internet to hurt me.
Yes, because it's contradictory to everything that you say. Because you say you're fucking broke, and now you even have the fucking audacity to tell us you ordered food, you ordered fucking DoorDash twice. Because why? Because you could.
No exaggeration. Every piece of information that I've put out there, I'm not kidding you. On the pre-stream podcast today, I talked about ordering food twice yesterday. They will make, oh my God, Phil, wasting money. How could he order food twice in one day? What a disgusting, wasteful person. What an ungrateful slob. I'm not kidding. This shit will be on the internet today. Just because I was here's what I did yesterday. So,
all right, here's the issue. Since I have to explain it because he has the brain the size of a gummy bear. Now, here's the issue. The issue is when you cry poor and you present yourself as a person who is suffering every day because their business is struggling and that they really, really need your support. And then you give him the money. And you give him the money that he wants so much, that he claims that will help him pay his fucking bills and be able to have a normal life. And then you hear him talking about how he fucking bought some expensive roast but didn't give a fuck enough to make it properly. So he fucked it up. And then he bought DoorDash instead. And then a week later, he got DoorDash twice. And that's just the shit that he tells you about. He tells you about. Which is about, I don't know, maybe it's over $100, but maybe it's less. Anyways, it's a massive contradiction. That's the whole deal. That's why the whole issue is present, because it's a massive fucking contradiction. For somebody who is crying poor, who was gonna lose his house 2 years ago, who went through bankruptcy. Come on. And then you wonder why people are asking. That's why. Because broke motherfuckers don't get DoorDash twice a day just because they were way too fucking stupid to eat the first DoorDash properly.
I talk about normal stuff that normal people do. And
you're not a normal person. You're not a normal person. You are not. Normal people appreciate the fucking money you get. And normal people don't fucking spend it on fucking bullshit. Don't tell me about being normal. You're the furthest thing from normal. Come on, Anonymous is more normal than DSP, and that guy fucking wears a fucking diaper and has a humiliation fetish. Shout out Anonymous. Fuck you.
Unacceptable behavior, you know, because this is how they are. So can you imagine if I actually told you or showed you things around the house or anything that, you know, that's not just like common stuff? Imagine that. Seriously. And you might say, oh, well, who cares what trolls think? You're right. I don't give a fuck what the trolls think. What I care about is that these idiots abuse YouTube and its algorithm to ruin my reputation, to make people think I'm some kind of a scumbag.
Your reputation is completely ruined already by completely your own doing. And yeah, and everything else is just, you know, your shit.
Person that I'm not. And then what happens? Now you got businesses who think that I'm some kind of a scumbag and don't want to deal with me. You got people on the internet who won't give DSP Gaming a look and give me a chance because there's so many shitheads on the internet.
So many shitheads. Hey, we're all here. Shout out to us. So many shitheads.
I'm never going to be doing reality streaming and walking around and showing stuff, okay?
Hey, Shiloh is here. I'm gonna pass the shit around one more time. Make sure to catch it.
So Vladivostok.
Vladivostok.
The lip thing I'm doing is distracting. I have a cut in my lip. It's very annoying. You see it? You see it? You see the cut in my lip?
Grotesque imagery. Grotesque.
You have a cut in your lip. It's very annoying. It's distracting.
Hey, this is done. This is done. Let's see. DSP Gaming, most disappointing games of 2021. All right, let's start with this. And this has an epic fucking thumbnail. Somebody did him a thumbnail. I give him credit for this. And we're gonna dive in face first into this masterpiece. It's just an hour long, and the other one we're gonna probably skip through. All right, let's get it started. Hello everyone, this is Darkside Phil on behalf of DSP Gaming here with my most disappointing games of 2021. Why is this intro so long? Come on, get to it.
Disappointing games of 2021
All right.
Countdown here live on DSP Gaming. So, 2021 was an interesting year for sure for games. The year started off incredibly slowly. If you actually look...
Yeah, Mashenka, don't be spoiling the walking game rant, bro. Come on, I know you know this list, and I know some of it, but don't spoil it. It's a surprise.
At the amount of games released in the early first half of 2021, it ended up being, actually, in my opinion, one of the most underwhelming gaming years of all time.
125, I think that would be a reasonable idea. That's a pretty good. Let's see. If it's way too weird, I'm gonna turn it back down. But yeah, I think...
By like June, G-Phil, you know, what do you think is...
Hey, I think this is actually sounds normal. Okay, that sounds good. Thanks for the tip. Advice.
Dude, I think I have one. Like, seriously, I think I have one. There's just not that much great stuff going on in gaming right now. And it was a tough year, really. I think COVID affected things in a really negative way for game developers. A lot of games that were originally scheduled to be out in 2021 got bumped or delayed till 2022 or beyond. And so the gaming landscape changed in a big way. And that is disappointing because normally you get a good mishmash of games here or there. You get the good mixed with the bad. And when you just get like a big deflating series of months with nothing going on, it could be pretty bad. At the same time, second half of 2021 was actually one of the most jam-packed times for gaming I've ever seen in my life. Release after release after release after release. What we're about to do is go through a brief countdown of the games that I feel personally for me were the most disappointing games of the year.
Hey, it's the my opinion defense.
That does not mean they were bad or terrible games.
Look. That's what most worst lists are about. The disappointing shit. But guess what? The disappointing games, that shit doesn't get fucking clicks. So we need to make the worst games. Because, yeah, obviously. And obviously, the games on the worst games list are gonna be disappointing. Because I would like to enjoy every game that I play, and when I play something and it's broken or it's fucked up, then I'm disappointed by it. Sounds good.
Alright.
So yeah, it's basically the worst games list. But he doesn't play bad games because he doesn't even have money for good games. So of course.
And I'll tell you which ones I actually feel are. But what you're going to see, in general, is the games that I'm going to go through here usually have some strong points, usually have some good things about them, or a lot of good things about them. But maybe there's a few things about the game that I felt were shortcomings.
Yeah, we know what disappointing fucking means, Phil. Let's fucking get into it. Let's see when he starts looking at OBS, trying to figure shit out. Oh my god, it's fucking Forza. What, it has too much racing in it?
The least most disappointing game.
Least most disappointing game. We're already lost in the semantics. 4 minutes in. Literally 10 seconds since the start of the actual list. We're already lost in the fucking sauce. The least most disappointing.
In 2021. Yes, I know you're going to be shocked by this one. Forza Horizon 5. Now, why Forza Horizon 5? What was bad about the game? What was disappointing about the game? Well, here's the thing. Many years ago, I played Forza Horizon 3 on a whim. Originally, I hadn't had any plans to play the game at all, and it was recommended to me. I ended up actually getting a free copy.
Forza fucking Horizon. And big ups Paul for the looks 3 super chats. At Hood Hustler, good one, dude. But I don't know if there's 3 or something glitch. Anyway, thanks for the super chat.
And played it, and I very much enjoyed it. I was like, wow, it's open world. You roam through this big, beautiful, gorgeous environment. There's challenges to do all over the map. Okay.
All right.
And there's just such a variety of content in this game. You could try to do drifting. You could do jumps. You could do races. You could build up and tune your cars. You could try to find hidden cars, a wide variety of cars, right?
All right, that sounds like it's not very fucking disappointing, DSP.
Ginormous stunts that you can do that are just over the top ridiculous. And one of the things that I absolutely like about the Forza Horizon series.
Look at this fucking gameplay, by the way. I don't know why he looks at OBS. I guess because chat, but it's super impractical when you're actually driving a fucking car.
Not meant to be serious. Unlike Gran Turismo or other more simulation style.
Wait, it's not meant to be serious. What?
It's meant to be a more chill experience.
Chill fucking experience. Go play Need for Speed.
Just drive around and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the environments. Enjoy.
All right, sure.
Off-roading versus on-roading.
And I'm sure you have settings for to switch up the handling from realistic to more arcadey, because you have this in most driving games, even a lot of games that just have driving in them, just like Mafia 3.
New cars today. Maybe do a silly story-based mission where you're driving around
okay.
the temple, or do this or do that. That's really what I like about Forza Horizon as a franchise. Okay, Forza Horizon 3 took place in Australia. Forza Horizon 4 took place in the UK. These are unique places where at both playthroughs, I actually had people coming by.
Unique places. Why? Because they're not the United States? That's what makes them unique? I guess.
I'm actually from those places, and I can give you some input on the area you're in. Here,
what input? What?
About this or that, or the culture there. That was really neat. Forza Horizon 5 takes place in Mexico. There's nothing wrong with that. Mexico, from what we saw in the game, is a place of very diverse locations. You could be driving across country in an area with a lot of trees and farmland. You could be driving on the coast, and you have a nice beach-like region. You could be driving
the beach-like region.
They're very, very, full of rocks and stuff.
Think Death Stranding.
So it's pretty unique. In the one of the things that stood out was actually the jungle in the rainforest area, especially when it's pouring rain. It really, really stands out. Okay.
All right. Yeah. How is it disappointing?
All that being said, like I said, these games.
Oh, by the way, the one of the most fucking ridiculous things to come out of this fucking video, or these 2 videos, is that people didn't tip him because they saw the pre-recorded leaderboard, and they fucking told him that he didn't need the support because he had a lot of fucking tips.
Disappointing games countdown are not necessarily bad games. In fact, I'm here to tell you, I actually really liked Forza Horizon 5 overall as a game. But
Klaus Mystery super chatted 96 cents. DSP made fun of my country's state names. Mexico.
Of course he would. Of course he fucking would. Because he makes fun of everything. He was doing the fucking Durka jokes with Arab people, like in that half-an-hour racism compilation. That shit is silly. The guy just makes fun of everything that is not his. Also, big ups Klaus Mystery for his super chat. For the Mexican super chat.
Okay? But there's just something about Forza Horizon 5 that I think, sadly, the formula is just getting stale. And what I mean by that is, it didn't really feel like it was much of an original.
Oh, yeah, I can think Sleeping Dogs. How much racist that game was. Jesus Christ. Because it's all in Hong Kong. Jesus Christ.
You know, when I played Forza Horizon 3 and 4, they each had their own uniqueness to them. This time around, they pretty much felt almost, in a lot of cases, like they were kind of phoning it in. The stunts that were in the game weren't as exciting as the stunts that were previously in the Forza Horizon series. The story-based missions were kind of lame, to be quite honest with you. I definitely enjoyed unlocking cars, tuning them, and even the top contributor of each stream was picking the car that I would drive around the next
Of
week.
course they would.
Fun, interactive way to do these streams.
It's a fun interactive way to scam. It's the new face of scamming.
And when I'm picking the most disappointing games of the
It
year,
didn't feel as fun. Yeah, because you begged so much. Do you remember? You fucking begged like a fucking dog. And it was hostage like 5 different times, including before he even started playing the game. It was already hostage. Because it was on the chopping block for if it doesn't make the support, I'm literally gonna take it out back and shoot it in the fucking head, execution style. That's what this game was. That's why it wasn't as fun. Let's see why. While we look at his gameplay of him looking at his chat and driving.
Reviewed Forza Horizon 5 and said that it was like the best racing game they'd ever seen.
Okay. Oh, and now we're referring. His own opinion, by the way, is so swayed by what other people had to say about the game. Because he's completely fucking spineless. He doesn't actually have his own opinion. He just looks what everybody else says, and the amount of money that he's gonna get determines how good a fucking game is.
10 out of 10. People were saying, oh my god, it's so groundbreaking.
Yeah, it's a subjective fucking number. It's literally a fucking number. If you're a 40-year-old fucking gamer, you should know at this point that these reviews is just a fucking number that somebody thought of after playing the game. That's all that it fucking is. It's not an objective seal of quality. Yeah, the higher the number, the bigger likelihood that you're probably gonna enjoy the game, but there's no fucking promises being made. It's just somebody's opinion, somewhere, who likes to play games. Hopefully. Really, really hopefully. Unless they work for like Polygon or something. In that case, they don't like to play games. They like to talk about other stuff that have nothing to do with that.
Here I am playing it, and I'm like, I mean, it's good, but what I'm confused about is what are they talking about, right? With
Big ups Fabricio for the sub.
if anything, maybe that's really what it was for me. It didn't feel like they really tried to innovate it at all. It's just basically the Forza Horizon formula again.
Yes, because it's a Forza Horizon game with a number that is bigger than the previous number in the title. Because that's what they're gonna do.
96 cents. DSP once blamed Mexicans for YouTube screwing up.
How could you even do that? Like, what is the logic behind that? So anyways, how are they gonna fucking innovate that? Yeah, big ups for the super chat. How are they gonna innovate that? You wanna get out of the car, walk around with fucking RPGs and assault rifles? What do you wanna be doing? It's a game where you drive, and it looks cool, and you drive a lot, and you have a variety of stuff to drive, and places to drive, and types of races, and types of stuff.
And in fact, the one thing that they tried to innovate with the online play of the
Do I feel like grabbing him through the screen? No, he's gonna get my hands way too greasy, man. I can't have that. Not used to Italian grease.
Because there was actually some online cooperative modes, as well as some online competitive modes like Battle Royale. They didn't
Plus, we know what we say, don't touch the poop. So I wouldn't touch the poop.
work.
Even if I could, through the screen somehow.
I tried doing Battle Royale, and everyone was invisible, and no one could challenge each other like they were supposed to because didn't work. It took them several weeks to actually fix the game, to have the online functionality work, and I was already almost done with my playthrough, so I didn't really care, all right?
You didn't fucking care. But wait. If they fixed it, and you're saying it doesn't care, like, why would you even mention it? Makes you look dumber. This thing that he complained about, it's fixed now, but I don't care anymore. Well, that's on you, dipshit. That's a you problem.
I liked the game, but I just felt like it was too much more of the same. I wanted something new or different from Forza Horizon 5 that we didn't get. I mean, yeah, it's a great formula. It's an open chill world. It's interactive with my audience, but this is the third one that I've played. And by the way, it should be noted that they took extra time to make this one. This one was in development for several years, while previously they were pumping these out at a more rapid pace. So if you're taking extra time to develop the game, that's great and all, but at least give me some showing of what you were working on.
Like what? Give a suggestion. Usually, when you give feedback like that, you're supposed to also say what you would prefer to be changed if you have an issue with something. So if it's not innovative enough, what would you like to be different? Okay, maybe he says it. Let's see.
Frankly, it just feels like it's Forza Horizon 3 and 4 all over again.
Yeah, because it's 5.
Definitive difference. The graphics.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god.
I felt that the graphics of the game were outstanding. Taking a look at these visuals, as you're seeing here on the Xbox Series X, full 1080p, 60 frames, gorgeous graphics.
I'm watching on only 125.
Well done in that regard. But graphics just don't make a game for me. Give me something else new to do. And there was nothing. It was literally the same stuff you had done in the last 2 games. And for me, that is a formula for disappointment, and that's why I feel Forza Horizon...
Paul J. Brazel Jr. super chatted $2. Greg love no one but Gerg sexy horse and meow meow.
Meow meow Gerg. Gerg love no one. Gerg love sexy horse. Oh, it is like that. And he also didn't say what he wants changed in that game. So yeah, thanks for the totally, literally non-constructive feedback. Thank you. He couldn't be fucking a part of a focus group to save his life, and he's a reviewer for 14 years and can't say, well, I didn't like this, but this is how you can make it better.
5 is actually one of the most disappointing games of 2021 for me, just based off the hype that the media built up, saying, oh, the best racing game, it's 10 out of 10, and I play, I'm like...
Yeah, Gerg loves wrestle pictures.
To me, feel as good as the last couple of games that I played in the franchise. Okay?
It's the graphics, dude. They're amazing. Which they are. From what I've seen, those graphics are banging.
The next most disappointing game of 2021 for me is a game that had a lot of build-up and anticipation, and a game that, for a lot of people, they felt like maybe it would be...
Storm Martin EBFG super chatted $2. Rolling on the floor laughing cocktail.
Yo, this needs to be a new cocktail. It's just gin and, I don't know, whatever else he drinks. Just gin and seltzer water. This is the rolling on the floor laughing cocktail. That's it. Gin and seltzer. It fucking busts. It busts incredibly.
Game developer that had gone astray. The next game on my list, countdown.
Big ups Storm for a super chat.
Back for Blood.
Okay, I agree with you on this one. It genuinely bland.
Studio. Give you a little bit of history. Turtle Rock made Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 over a decade ago.
Or also, if you have better cocktail suggestions, you can say in chat, yeah, gin, cherry juice, and seltzer. Delicious. A nice tangy kick, juicy, fruity, citrusy aftertaste. Beautiful. It's great for gout. It's great for gotcha pulls in the middle of the night. It's great for appreciative tweets of how much you love your life in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. when everybody knows you've been sipping. Everybody fucking knows.
Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 were games that I originally covered for my original Dark Side Phil channel way back in the day and got me a lot of exposure.
Wait, he didn't play co-op at all? Not even like randoms?
Zombie game.
Because with this, if I played this, I would definitely play with members. Definitely. Even if it was him, he can still play with members. He has like 260 of them at that time. 260 people. At least like 3 more are gonna show up to play with you.
Huge back in the late 2000s. Walking Dead was at the height of its prominence, and everyone was constantly talking about zombie video games. So Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 exploded in popularity, and Turtle Rock made a bunch of money. But then they decided to do something different and released Evolve in the mid.
Evolve
ended up being one of the most deflating experiences ever. A game that really had almost no content at launch, only having 3 or 4 major monsters that you would control against a team of 4 hunters.
Oh yeah, of course. Then he pulled the DSP. So he played with randoms, muted them, and then pretended to be talking to them. Thanks, Devilish Face. Because I didn't watch any of this fucking gameplay. This is garbage.
Very bare bones, limited amount of maps and content, and to make matters worse, they nickel and dimed you, trying to charge you individually for expansion monsters and expansion hunters.
Oh yeah, that's fucking Evolve. That game did not evolve. Instead, it fucking died as a little fetus of a game. That game was a disaster. It was like almost as bad as Lawbreakers. Remember Lawbreakers? Thanks, Cliff.
It ended up being a ginormous sales failure, to the point where about a year or 2 after it was released, they ended up making it a free-to-play game, and it still failed to make any kind of money. So, when we heard that Turtle Rock...
Is this raw? It's not raw. It's totally fucking chilled. We're not having any raw fucking content. This is an anti-raw stream. It's a chill stream.
And make a game that, of course, they couldn't call it Left 4 Dead 3 because they don't have the rights to the game. So, they decided to do their own thing that essentially would be the spiritual successor to the Left 4 Dead franchise and call it Back 4 Blood. As you can see, it looks just like Left 4 Dead. You pick a character that's a unique class. Each character has strengths and weaknesses. You team up with other people online. You go into a survival aspect, and you fight a bunch of zombies. Now,
oh, of course, he had an excuse why not to talk to people. Of course he did.
There's perks that you can equip to your character to give them some more bonuses and/or
the king of excuses,
so that they can survive during this certain stage. The game also had.
All right, now this game we know it's disappointing. Obviously, it's back to beg or whatever the fuck it's called. Back 4 Blood. Now let's skip to the next one. the next entry on this fucking list of amazing, totally disappointing games. Come on. And let's see which games are gonna feature on both lists. Alright. Alright. Take a sip. We took a sip. We're ready for the next one. Hey, it's the Romance Cat guy. Didn't DSP threaten to fucking ban you once? I don't know why he's still stick around after he treats you like shit all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next disappointing game, 2021, that I would like to talk about is a game that I almost guarantee most of you don't even remember existed.
Back for a gotcha.
Just by showing you the footage, if you can even name it.
It's the Destruction All-Stars.
Can you even tell me what this game is?
Yeah, it's the game that came out for the PlayStation Network thing free.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You know what I mean?
this is a little game by the name
It is a little game.
Destruction All-Stars. I know, so I knew it. People were like, what is this? What is this game? Does this even exist? All right. So if you don't know what Destruction All-Stars is, I don't blame you, but you may not realize this. This was supposed to be a launch title for PlayStation 5 back in 2020, but it got delayed until early 2021, and then shortly it was announced it would actually be a game free for PS Plus subscribers, so you didn't have to buy it to play it. Now, originally, if this had actually been a launch title for PlayStation 5, it probably would have sold a lot of copies, because when a new console comes out, everyone's trying to buy every new game that's exclusive to that console to build up a library of games. Whew, man, am I glad that didn't happen. So, Destruction All-Stars, let's talk a little bit about it. As you can
Come on, man, it's just a, you know, it's a fucking game for people that like Rocket League and Fortnite and stuff like that. And it came out for free. Whatever.
That driver.
But let's also pay attention to the gameplay, because this is the experience that he had playing the game, and this is what he's basing the review off. Of course, I haven't played it, and it's probably not that great, and it probably belongs on this list, but let's see why.
Has a unique design or personality to them. Each driver actually has some unique mechanics to the way that they move and or their abilities. That driver can either run on foot and do some platforming around an open arena, or they can jump inside of their vehicle and drive around. The goal of the game is to destroy the other characters on the map. Of course, there are also some objective-based modes in the game as well that
hasn't still hit anybody since I started paying attention to the gameplay. Hey, he hit a destroyed car. Flipped over.
That I was so confused about.
And he did something. I don't know.
What's the first thing you think?
I literally don't know what the fuck happened.
I think, oh, maybe Twisted Metal. And the one thing
Twisted Beggar.
I just can't wait to drive my car right up behind that guy and hit him with a missile and blow him up. Except, guess what?
You don't have missiles?
All-Stars doesn't actually have any projectile-style gameplay at all. What you're seeing right here in this gameplay footage is representative of 100% of the gameplay of the game.
Yeah, this shit looks bland.
Grabbing shards, you jump in a car.
I would never play this.
You eventually get some kind of a superpower for that car, and the only real way that you can damage people is by trying to drive into them. That's it. That's the entirety of the gameplay of the game.
Yeah, this is a thumbs down. Even though his gameplay is trash, this game is rightfully on this list. I wouldn't even argue.
Shocked to see, but at the same time, you may be shocked to see it on my personal countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, the next game is the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition Trilogy.
So all three?
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot. You suck this game's dick. The graphics were amazing, remember? The modernizations, it was fucking easy. Everyone else criticized it for the wrong reasons, and now it's on the disappointing list. And he gives you the nice goat laugh. Thanks, fucking hypocrisy. Thank you, man. Thanks.
When this trilogy came out, it was a shocking surprise.
And I'm not salty that it's on the list, because I totally fucking understand why it's on the list, because it sucks. But why it's on his list after it was supposed to save November and December, and it did, because he fucking begged his ass off and got him money.
To most people, all right? Most people didn't know it was coming out. There was only rumors about it. No one had actually expected that this game would be out this year, and all of a sudden it leaked. Oh, there's going to be a trilogy of GTA classics coming out. What? There is? Really? Why? Okay. And then on top of that, all of a sudden, there was no gameplay footage released for the game at all.
Paul J. Brazel Jr. super chatted $2. Greg loves sexy Hulk. Greg angry RAHHHH.
Sexy Hulk. He doesn't like sexy CJs. That's why it is on the list.
They're all over the internet. And
yeah, now he's gonna give the same criticism he hated on, right? Right? And this is, I fucking called this way back in the day, and I didn't have a fucking amazingly unique opinion. It was easy to fucking predict. This is the most predictable guy alive. That he's gonna hate it at first, he's gonna love it at first, because he's gonna milk it, because remember the old DSP nostalgic gameplays of GTA. And then he's gonna start liking it. He's gonna start hating it eventually, and in the end, he's gonna have exactly the same fucking opinion that the shills had, and the people that were hating it for the wrong reason.
Gee, I wonder why that's the case. Okay, now admittedly, I've been playing through all 3 games. I started with San Andreas, which was free.
Yeah, the music was gonna save the stream, and he begged because he was getting demonetized and it was getting claimed, and Blondie, remember this?
Pass. I then thought it was a good enough game that I ended up buying the entire trilogy to play through.
Yeah, I thought it was a good enough game.
My GTA 3 Definitive Edition playthrough. All right, I am not saying these are bad games.
Took him half an hour to kill the Pulaski guy. It was some of the funniest shit that I've seen. Honestly, he died in ways that not me. I don't think the developers thought you could die in.
The trilogy is bad.
He was beta testing that mission. He was so fucking bad.
By any means. What I'm saying is that the trilogy is disappointing. Even enjoying it as much as I have, and putting out the playthroughs that I have, and the amount of attention and the amount of enjoyment that we've all gotten out of these games since early November.
Yeah, I milked it, but it was disappointing.
You gotta call a spade sometimes, man.
This is the masterclass of DSP.
The frame rate is not consistent in these games. For something that's supposed to be the Definitive Edition trilogy, you would think they would have really taken their time to polish the graphics.
Yes.
The frame rate dips a lot.
Yes, this was the criticism that you called was for the wrong reasons, because this is the shit that he responded to. I'm gonna find his tweet, because I'm a petty bitch like that.
Further back of a game that I played, the worse it got. San Andreas was smooth about 80% of the time. Vice City was smooth about 50% of the time. And GTA 3 Definitive Edition is smooth about 25%.
Yeah, your brain is smooth 100% of the time.
Frame rate tends to dip pretty badly, which is annoying because you want the smoothest frame rate when you're trying to drive a vehicle. I mean, duh. But it just isn't there. As you can see, the graphics are definitely
Black Mage 666 tipped $1. Good thing he spent $60 on the Abortion Edition trilogy, telling Rockstar that it was an acceptable quality for their games.
Guy with 2 names super chatted $1.99. Panda Horseface Heartbreak Cocktail.
Oh, as now you noticed, both ladies are different. Because I got all the... this is not like fucking DSP's incel stream. This is the alpha, the Chad stream. The Chad Phil stream. And by the way, you have that emote, and the members can drop it now. I'm gonna show you. The Chad fucking Phil stream. We got all the ladies talking to us here. It's not like Phil fucking stream. Yeah, big ups both Black Mage and Guy with 2 names for your contributions. And yeah, he spent 60. Not just... he spent on 2 games. On 2 games. Not even San Andreas. That shit was free. On 2 of the games.
See where you were going or what you were doing in an alleyway.
He supported the fucking scam. And now it's a scam.
Or if you were out in the country.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. This is what Rockstar is saying.
Especially in San Andreas. However, for a game that's supposed to be the Definitive Edition, you would have thought that maybe they could have done something a little more, right? Maybe make the models look a little bit better. Maybe tweak it just a little bit more. And they really didn't, okay? Now, the game also has some glaring shortcomings at launch. The rain was terrible. I don't particularly have a clip for you to show the rain, which I did, but I couldn't find one in the videos that I had actually saved from the playthrough to use in this countdown. But the rain originally in this trilogy was terrible. It looked like it looked like white bars were shooting down out of the sky, and it was confusing as hell. It looked terrible. You couldn't even see what was going on in the game whenever it rained. It was exactly like milky rain, like someone had gallons of milk and were pouring it out of a plane, and it completely blocked your vision. It was really annoying. They eventually patched that out and fixed it, thank God. And I should be fair here. Over time, Rockstar took a lot of flack and criticism for how the game looked and performed, and basically fixed a lot of the issues. They patched it up more than a few times to try to repair the issues that were going on.
Here's the fucking tweet. And I wasn't paying attention to what he just said. There's a Freudian slip. Holy shit, I missed it in my thing. Let's see what the fuck he said.
Over time, Rockstar took a lot of flack and criticism for how the game looked and performed. Annoying. They eventually patched that out and fixed it, thank God. And I should be fair here. Over time, Rockstar took a lot of flack and criticism for how the game looked and performed, and basically fixed a lot of the issues. They patched it up more than a few times to try to repair the issues that were going.
Further back? Okay, let's see.
We're shooting down out of the sky, and
Because I was looking for that tweet, dude.
you couldn't even see what was going on in the game whenever it rained. It was exactly like milky rain, like someone had
Milky rain.
Were pouring it out of a plane, and it completely blocked your vision. It was really annoying. They eventually patched that out and fixed it. Thank God.
Hold on.
Okay. Now, the game also had some glaring shortcomings at launch. The rain was terrible. I don't particularly have a clip for you to show the rain, which I did, but I couldn't find
Yeah,
it.
you have a clip. It's later. It's later in the fucking, in this clip.
The rain originally in this trilogy was terrible. It looked like black.
It looked like black. Excuse me. Black. Alright, we found it. But here's the criticism. I see tons of people bitching about how the GTA Definitive Edition trilogy looks, which is actually a subjective, moot point, and not how it plays. My major issue right now is that it's made San Andreas too easy. Imagine nitpicking graphics instead of the core gameplay elements. Weird. Yeah, fucking thank you for the cool criticism. Moot point.
It's just one of the many examples of things that were completely unpolished in this Definitive Edition trilogy. How can you call it definitive when it has these glaring graphical issues? The one thing that really annoyed people more than anything is that Rockstar removed the original versions of the Grand Theft Auto trilogy.
Yeah, that was scummy. That was shitty. They shouldn't have done that.
Buy the original digital versions of these games on PlayStation Network. You could not buy the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 versions of these games off of their respective digital networks. You could only...
Yeah, of course, now Chad is pointing it out as well. He's the fucking graphics guy. He's the graphics guy. He always talks about graphics first. It's so often that it's really, really apparent every time he does it. First of all, the graphics were great. And you can see where his priorities are.
Definitive Edition trilogy.
Because when I've happened to be explaining to some of my friends some game, I never start with the graphics. Sometimes they even have to ask me what the graphics are.
What if you like the originals? What if you like the quirkiness of the graphics and the shortcomings of those games, and you didn't want to play a new version? Too bad, because this is the only one that you can buy now. That is a terrible decision by Rockstar, because essentially what they're saying is buy the new one or don't play it at all. Which is bullshit, because it wasn't polished. It's obvious they rushed these games. I think my hypothesis is thus. Rockstar needed a big...
My hypothesis is thus. I hate these reviews. He can't even fucking review the games properly, man.
...money-making venture for the end of their fiscal year. They originally were hoping that GTA 5 would have its ports for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X ready for the end of 2021, and that would be their big cash cow. However, what happened? Well, guess what? It wasn't ready. So they needed to rush out something. Well, they did have their dev team working on a redo of the original Grand Theft Auto trilogy. It just wasn't done yet. Oh, by the way, here's the rain. So I do have examples of both the Invisible Bridge and the rain in the unpatched version of the game. So.
Yeah, here's the rain.
They need something to make
awesome.
What do? Rush out the...
The rain is so heavy. Heavy is the rain. The rain got lots of mass and weight. This is the Heavy Rain song right here. I sampled it in my song. That was iconic sampling.
Big. But
man, this looks like shit. Big. So why force this down your customers' throats, right? It was very, very badly done. The thing is, personally, I still enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I enjoyed replaying these games, and eventually they did patch them out, and a lot of the graphical issues are now fixed. But there's absolutely no excuse to be re-releasing something you're calling Definitive Edition, and this is what you're playing. Look at this shit.
Yeah, this is not very definitive.
This is worse than being in a fucking snowstorm at the North Pole. Jesus fucking Christ. This is worse than the snow overlay I used to use for Christmas videos back on DSPGaming 10 years ago. Oh my god. Anyway, that's it. GTA Definitive Edition Trilogy. Definitely disappointing. Should have been better at launch.
You know, since somebody asked me in chat, Fiery Paper Mario asked me what's my Definitive Edition. The Prince of Persia Definitive Edition Trilogy. That shit would be bussin'. That would be amazing. That would be great. And they're working on some remake, reboot, something. So yeah.
Tip of the day, a $10 tip, and he says, Milky Rain.
Ah.
Yes. milk or maybe paint. Maybe it's whiteout. I don't know, but it was very
Whiteout.
Chicken Man to me $1.50 says, FYI, you have not been able to buy the so-called original trilogy for years on the storefront. You've tweeted many things in those versions over the years, including removing music and other things. You mean tweet. That is true. That sadly the
Paul
original
J.
versions
Brazel
of the games
Jr.
really
super
aren't
chatted
purchasable anywhere but on
$2
disc
at
because they
Hood
lost the
Grieg. No
licensing
love
rights.
you Grieg.
They're
Love
having a lot-
milk when Smexy Hulk.
Smexy Hulk.
A lot of the music's in the game, so you can't just buy those versions anymore because they would be illegal.
Smexy Hulk milk. It's like the lady from the Resident Evil game. She's a Smexy Hulk, bro.
So yeah, you're absolutely right in that regard. But still, there were still the Xbox 360, the PS.
Mother's milk.
Better than some of the issues like that fucking ring.
Oh yeah, or the Witcher 1 and 2, I don't know. The Witcher 1 definitely, like a definitive edition.
Okay, all right. Let's continue on, ladies and gentlemen. The next most disappointing game of 2021 for me was Ratchet and Clank.
What?
Rift Apart. Uh-oh. Now,
Why?
This is where people are going to start to get upset with me. Because this, for a lot of people, was actually one of their favorite games of the year. I'm not here to tell you that it's a bad game at all. In fact, I'll agree with you. It actually is quite a good game. Okay? Take a look at these graphics on the PlayStation 5. Look at the lighting, right? I actually chose this particular stage because I felt this was actually graphically one of the better stages of the game, showcasing what
Yeah, this looks awesome.
graphics could do with lighting and such. And I definitely feel like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a very worthy installment to the franchise. This is not a stinker. This is not a bad game at all. In fact, it's a very good game. However, this was meant to be a system seller of the PlayStation 5. For a lot of people, it was supposed to be the system seller of the PlayStation 5 for 2021. And a lot of people hyped this game up as kind of being the reason to buy the console. And also, the very first game to push the graphics of the PlayStation 5 and show off what it could do.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the point.
Okay,
And I think it did its job pretty well.
great. Look at the
Let's
lighting.
put this guy in full screen.
Okay. And one of the major mechanics of the game is the rifts, the actual dimensional portals between worlds. And they don't have any loading. You can walk between these dimensional portals and actually walk straight into a new world that's different than the one that you're in. And it doesn't have to load. That definitely is a huge thing. And that speaks to the power of the SSD hard drive that's inside of the PlayStation 5. Okay. And I will even go as far to say that early on in the game, when you're first using some of the weapons and unique items of the game, it feels pretty innovative. When you're actually getting the haptic feedback in your PS5 DualSense controller, every weapon feels unique and different. When you're firing one weapon,
Yeah, it's probably pretty chill.
feel like the whole thing gives you kickback when you're firing the weapon. When you're firing a machine gun, you'll actually feel like the rapid fire kick of that machine gun.
What?
In some cases,
The kick?
Paul J. Brazel Jr. super chatted $10. Grieg Phil is mine at Mashenka.
Grug Phil is Paul's. Nobody touch Grug Phil. Big ups Paul for the super chat bomb.
Feel like the whole thing gives you kickback when you're firing the weapon. When you're firing a machine gun, you'll actually feel like...
Oh, the Rift was also in previous Ratchet and Clank stuff. But in this one, you have the benefit of the super fast SSD, so it can change between the worlds real fast. I mean, it's a cool gimmick. It's probably pretty interesting if you're into it.
Rapid fire kick of that machine gun. In some cases, when you're using the right trigger...
But it's all like this, the hype bullshit he's talking about. It all comes down to what you decide to do, because I'm looking at this game and I can see it's pretty cool, but it's not a system seller to me. They can be claiming it is, but if I see it and I'm not interested, it's not a system seller. Because he's talking about it like they introduced this game and it manipulated you into buying a PS5.
To actually fire a weapon, depending on how hard you hold down the trigger, it'll give either standard fire or alternate fire, where if you do like a half click on the trigger, it'll do one type of bullet, and if you hold it down, it'll do a completely alternate type of fire. That's cool. I actually thought that was kind of innovative. But I will say this, the gimmick runs out about halfway through the game. As you continue to play through Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, what you start to see is that kind of the game is a one-trick pony. Okay, so what's innovative about the game? The graphics. Okay, what else? The haptic feedback. Okay, what else? Well, there's dimensional portals. Okay, but is there anything actually new added to the game? Like, is there anything in the game you haven't done before? Well, you got hoverboard racing. You've got shooting things in gauntlets and arena. You've got endless waves of enemies that you need to kill with a variety of weapons that you unlock over the course of the game. This is sounding familiar. It's sounding kind of like every Ratchet and Clank game I've ever played.
What? It's a fucking sequel.
One of the biggest shortcomings of the game is that this was an opportunity for them to maybe take Ratchet in a new direction and show off something new or different.
Well, but what?
On PlayStation 5. And instead, they really feel to me like they played it incredibly safe.
But it's literally like in the first to second year of the console being out. Of course, that's what they're gonna do, because they're come on, give it a couple more years. They're gonna start doing more and more crazy stuff. Come on. And it's also like a sequel in a series that people know and they enjoy. So yeah, why not have it be more of the same, but with the benefits of the current generation stuff and some new stuff like the haptic feedback and whatever new mechanics you get in this game. And new places to explore and everything that's new and the characters and the gameplay.
Really want to take chances. They just wanted to show off what they could do.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm sure Returnal and Deathloop are gonna be right at the top. He hated Deathloop, and even more, what he hated was the shills. But he really hated Deathloop.
Say, okay, you know, that's a day. That's it. The story of the game is good, but about halfway through, it just kind of forgets what it's doing. And a lot of the things that you're doing, either as Ratchet or the new character, who's the alternate dimension version of him that's a female, isn't very exciting either. The ending of the game is also kind of underwhelming. Again, the first half of the game, when you're first jumping dimensions and you're fighting alternate versions of the villains and stuff from your universe, is kind of interesting. But about halfway through, even those characters start to lose their way, and it's not nearly as exciting as the first half of the game.
It's like he's talking about Twitch.
Also, the new
they need to be more like YouTube. They need to be more different.
weapons that you unlock near the end of the game are essentially kind of just modernized versions of the same weapons you've used in previous Ratchet and Clank games without anything new added to them. And also, one thing that I found was really weird, about halfway through the game, remember I mentioned the alternate fire that you use with the right trigger? You hold it down halfway, it's a different bullet than if you pull it down the whole way. The entire, like, final 5 to 10 weapons of the game don't utilize that at all. Which is very odd that it's like the early weapons do, almost to say, oh, look at the new stuff we did. Oh, by the way, halfway through the game, we forgot all about it, and now it's just back to old Ratchet and Clank gameplay that you've done a million times before. So, if you want to do a very pretty version of Ratchet and Clank and
Black Mage 666 tipped $1. Big ups to Rivets Lombasi.
No, we're not having this. This is not that kind of stream.
Get a real fucking job.
I didn't mean to play this. I didn't mean to play it.
if you were a fan of Ratchet and Clank from the previous versions of the games on the PlayStation consoles, you're not going to say there's anything wrong with this game. In fact, I don't think there was anything I really complained about during my playthrough at all. I felt that the frame rate was great, the graphics were good, the weapons were fun. But man, once you start to get to the end of the game, it just kind of feels like more of the same over and over and over. And you kind of forget that you're even playing a new Ratchet and Clank on PS5. It just feels like it's the same franchise. And one thing that I will say that is disappointing, they really didn't do much uniqueness with the bosses. In fact, some of the boss robots and or monsters are reused tons of times in the game. Again, if this is your first outing on PS5...
He looks like he's having so much fun. It's a super fun game.
Why reuse the same enemies so many times during the course of the playthrough? It's just kind
of... But are the
graphics
graphics good?
They had the opportunity to do something great, and instead they just decided to play it so damn safe. So for me, I like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Yeah, I
actually think
this whole shit about him talking about innovations. Like, man, you don't even play indie games. You don't play shit that is actually innovative, but you know, innovation takes risks, and AAA companies don't really like taking risks. They like taking money instead. So they just make a new Assassin's Creed that is like the old one, but the map is bigger. It's like 16 times the detail. Come on. You don't play the innovative games. Go play them. Go try them out.
Potential of what they could have done being on PlayStation 5 for the first time, and it kind of feels like it's squandered. It's got to be ranked as one of the most disappointing games of the year for me. Okay? Harry Butthole to me $1.50 says, Happy New Year, hope you're feeling well. I am, thank you. And then he did another $1.50 tip. He says, I haven't followed mainstream gaming this year other than Judgment and the infinitely delayed Vampire Masquerade. Nothing stuck out to me. Maybe I'm getting old, or maybe games are getting less interesting. You know,
because this guy here, my boy said,
have no fucking self-control.
Oh wow.
Hustler tipped $3. Grug have Polish boozer's degree in begging skeletons on wheelchairs for money.
Polish boozer's degree from a university in Poland, dude. I promise, it's legit. Big ups, Hood Hustler. This guy here, he plays innovative games. He plays games that are weird and are niche and are fucking games that you should probably try out. And he's really good at showcasing those games and being very entertaining, you know? And now he can talk about innovation. And Phil can't talk about innovation because he plays all the gimmick games that are AAA.
Kind of talked about that with the Back for Blood segment, that things that maybe used to be interesting just aren't as interesting anymore because we've kind of been there, done that, seen it before. And even when people are putting effort into trying reviving these franchises, it doesn't really work. You need innovation, and with Ratchet and Clank, there's no innovation. So why would you say that that's...
What about with Phil? I mean, he already innovated the gaming industry. When he started gaming back in the day, back in 2010, he became the first gamer to record himself playing games. And it was like Grug. He was Grug back in the day. He was Grug, and he was clashing two stones together, and a video game came out, or some shit. And now we are here.
I feel like it was deflating. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the next most disappointing game, 2021, for me, is... Surprise, surprise.
What?
I'm sure you're all shocked and appalled.
Oh, Deathloop.
It's going to end up in my most disappointing games countdown.
All right, let's see why.
It's Deathloop from Arcane Studios. Now, this is kind of a unique situation, all right? And here's why I say that. I actually didn't have...
Because you were bad at the game?
...or any high expectations for Deathloop up until about a week or two before it came out. All the stuff that we had seen about Deathloop over the years, it's kind of like, meh, it looks like it'll be okay. Arcane Studios has been around the block at this point. They made Dishonored 1 and 2, as well as a standalone expansion. They made Prey, which actually was a game that I felt was really, really good, and I enjoyed Prey a lot more than a lot of other people did. I don't know, it's my personal preference. And so when a new game was announced that was going
Prey was really cool. That was a fun game. It was very interesting.
Have roguelike mechanics like Returnal that I had played earlier in the year.
When the aliens can turn into a chair and you don't even know it's them. That's really crazy.
I was like, well, I guess we're gonna have to see how it's implemented. The game definitely has its own unique style and flavor when it comes to the writing and the plot and the characters. It's got a unique and groovy soundtrack.
Why does it look so ugly and blurry? This is supposed to be on the next gen.
Kind of cartoony and weird, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Like, none of the enemies even have actual faces. They're all wearing weird masks and look like mannequins, which is odd. It's kind of hard to put your finger on what they were going for artistically with the game. I do like the way that they actually implemented the roguelike mechanics, meaning if you get a new unique weapon or a new ability, you have the ability to permanently unlock it if you get enough points built up during a run in the game so that you can have that for your next run. I also like the fact that the uniqueness of the game...
Black Mage 66652 tipped $1. Every problem you listed for Rift Apart is pretty standard for Ratchet and Clank going all the way back to the original on PS2. It's a shooter platformer with combat arenas. Of course they'd reuse enemies. Lombussy, Lombussy, Lombussy.
The passion in which she said the Lombussy part was great. The pickups Black Mage for the tip.
All within 1 day's time, and that you have to go through the game multiple times to figure out ways to kill them all and not hinder killing another one, because you can easily kill 1 or 2 targets right away, but then that basically locks the ability to kill the others in the same day. You have to go through...
Wow, this riveting gameplay.
Looking for ways to make the stage, perhaps.
Yeah, this looks... And he's looking at Streamlabs, of course.
So I actually like that about the game, all right? But the game had a lot of shortcomings. First of all, undoubtedly, if you're watching this right now, you're going to say, this kind of looks like Prey. It kind of looks like Dishonored. You're absolutely right. That's because the game basically is a combination of Prey and Dishonored. It's got the gunplay of Prey.
Why can he see the enemies through the walls? This is so goofy. Why did he turn this on? This is so silly, and now he's fucking camping. Why?
The thing about this is some of the
This makes the game so boring when you know where everybody is.
look identical. There's actually the ability to tell...
Wow, so fucking cool. He destroyed a box and killed a guy. And just fucking camping in a corner waiting for them to show up. What is this fucking gaming? What is this gaming? And this guy is telling you this is fucking trash. Really? Let's see how excited he is. I'm gonna magnify him. Because this is a professional stream. This is a place of business.
Combat abilities that are ripped directly out of the other franchises Arcane has already made. So to me, it's kind of like, I'm playing the game, it's like, okay, I feel like I'm playing a mishmash of the other games Arcane made. That's alright, but it's definitely not, like, amazing or anything. Also, this game was chock full of bugs and issues at launch. For example, I found multiple times where there were weird physics bugs. I would fall...
Alright, I can't do this right now. Never mind.
Monstrous damage as if I had fallen
I was gonna enhance his camera. Fuck it.
The physics are screwed up.
Oh yeah, this is when... When he jumped off a rooftop and died, and then it raged. It was really fucking cringe.
Many instances during the course of the game where things like that would happen, or there would be a weird situation where an enemy would kind
Yeah,
of...
Grug can camp. It's okay. It's okay for Grug to be able to see everybody through the walls. This is just wall hack. This is ridiculous. How is this gameplay?
Definitely needed a little bit more polish, I felt, before re-released. Overall, the game's still functional, and you can get along with the game. It's not like it's
I don't know, maybe that's a thing that's in the game, but there's 100% way to turn it off. That makes the game so boring.
You'll find yourself in a bad situation where, oh no, I played through an entire day and it wasted my time because now there's a glitcher.
And he's still camping there.
At the same time, it definitely could have been more polished and more feeling, more finished before it released. Now, you may say, well, Phil, all right, that's all well and good. Why is this game one of the most disappointing games of the year?
And he's getting toxic. He's literally getting toxic. It told him the cast is toxic.
Roguelike mechanics. It's got all the mechanics of previous arcane games. Not to say that these things don't come together to become a good game. I'll argue with you, it is actually a pretty good game overall. The reason this game is disappointing to me is actually not because of anything Arcane Studios did. The reason that this Deathloop is a big disappointment is because the gaming media, for some ridiculous reason that I don't understand, kissed this game's ass.
Oh, it's the media that's wrong. Okay.
Copies of it. We're saying
Oh, advanced copies of it.
10 out of 10 game of...
They capped his ass. This was terrible fucking gameplay.
Okay? I couldn't tell you a single reason
Oh no.
why I would think this game is game of the year. Okay?
Alright, it's just fucking whatever.
Physics with things about the game.
So what if it gets game of the year? This shit is so superficial anyways.
Get-go. It's not a perfect game.
Whatever.
So just objectively, before I even get to...
Objectively.
A game with game bugs and stuff in it should not be 10 out of 10.
But you didn't play It Takes Two, which was the actual game of the year from the Game of the Year awards, right? If it's so important to you.
Just shouldn't be.
But it's because they got the advanced copies. But this guy, somebody bought him the game, which is different. Trust me. He doesn't want the corporate money, he wants the wheelchair money. Because it tastes better, I guess.
Now, on top of that, the game reuses assets and or ideas from the previous Arcane games. Maybe if I hadn't ever played an Arcane game before, I would have enjoyed this game a lot more. But I did. I played Dishonored 1 and 2. I played Prey. I've seen a lot of these abilities and things before in previous Arcane games. So basically, it makes me kind of like feeling as if maybe the game isn't unique enough to be said it's the best game of the year. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he could have played It Takes Two with Kat. Because, you know, she's a gamer. She plays Skyrim and The Witcher 3. And she likes Persona 5. And she streamed herself playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which was great.
I played through the game once.
So yeah, she's a gamer. I don't know why he didn't play with her. The game of the year. Because he couldn't show you any gameplay, I guess. Even though they could have recorded it. But when they were having fun. Some night. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
The plot is interesting, although admittedly a little fucking weird. There's some plot points that I'm still scratching my head about.
Oh, it's weird.
After beating the game and getting one of the endings, it didn't
Did you pay attention to the story? Now he's camping again.
The various ending opportunities and the way that the plot can change depending on your choices at the end of the game. Maybe then it would have been a more fulfilling situation for me. But my one run in the game was all right. I had fun with it. I actually did enjoy killing off all the targets in a unique way at the end and getting it all done in one day. But by the end of the day,
He literally just picked up something and didn't read it and put it away.
when I beat Deathloop, I basically kind of felt like I could have skipped it and not really missed anything. And ultimately, when you're talking about a game that should be a game of the year...
All right, just like a DSP stream. Let's go on to the next one.
Content laid out for me, it just kind of was meh. So there you have it. Sometimes in the modern era.
In the modern era, take a nice sip. Let's get on to the next
And
one.
now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
Wrap it
Those
up.
of you who watch my content regularly, you probably already knew what
It's
I was
gonna be
say.
Returnal. Of course, it's gonna be Returnal.
Disappointing game 2021. Maybe some of you will be shocked. But ladies and gentlemen,
This shocks
allow
me.
to present to you my pick for most disappointing game of 2021, Returnal on the PlayStation 5.
Why?
You want to talk about a game that had potential? Because when I first started playing Returnal, I was blown away by the graphics. I was blown away by...
Hey, the graphics are good. It's the graphics that are a good gimmick. That's the thing that comes back.
the weapons, the uniqueness of the enemy.
I love it.
Yeah, I liked it. And the game had this very unique, suspenseful plot line that kind of kept you going. kind of pulled you along. Did she ever get out of the time loop? What is the time loop? What created the time loop? How does it exist? Is this real or is it all in her mind? Is this a psychological thriller or a real alien adventure, right? And when she starts finding some cool and unique things in the game, like her house on the alien planet, doesn't really make sense. Obviously, you think that there's some kind of sinister plot going on, and it basically makes you want to keep playing to find out what's going on in the game, okay? Returnal, on its own merits, is not a terrible game. Again, just because I'm saying it's the most disappointing game of the year for me does not mean that it's a bad game, okay? But what it means is that this game, I had very high expectations for it. There's so many people kissing the game's butt. In addition, again, a PlayStation 5 exclusive. There were so few of those in 2021 that to finally be playing one, you would expect better or expect that this game was going to be groundbreaking or innovative, all right? In a nutshell, Returnal is a third-person shooter with roguelike or roguelite mechanics. What that means is that there's randomly generated stages that have similar things in.
How long until DSP is in an actual wheelchair? About 2 weeks, I guess.
But in general, every time you enter a different
He keeps taking sips like that.
the stage is going to look a little bit different. It has RNG drops, meaning you don't know what weapons you're going to find, you don't know what upgrades you're going to get during the course of playing through a stage. In order to make progress, you have to hit a certain level of progression and then beat a boss. Once you defeat said boss, then the game will allow you to have a shortcut back to that point, or eventually actually bypass that point entirely and move on to a future stage. A lot of roguelikes have this aspect to it, okay? So I'm not here to criticize the greater design points of roguelike games, all right? In fact, I will praise this game for a few different reasons. First of all, the graphics are great. Take a look at this. Very detailed, beautiful lighting, creepy. The design of the enemies over the course of the game.
Okay, the graphics. The graphics. Let's hear this one more time.
For a few different reasons. First of all, the graphics are great.
First of all, the graphics are great. This is how every description of a game starts with fucking DSP.
Look at this. Very detailed, beautiful lighting, creepy. The design of the enemies over the course of the game gets increasingly more interesting. By the end of the game, there's many different enemy types that are in it that are kind of fun to fight and or experience. And I definitely don't want to downplay the fact that the gunplay is functional and fun. The gunplay is very responsive. And actually, during firefights with many different enemies, you feel like you have total control over the situation, dashing and dodging around, especially once you get the better upgrades and abilities later on in the game. You feel pretty damned powerful when you get a good loadout, okay? But I guess I should emphasize when you get a good loadout. Because the game is RNG, you may have a run where you get the worst loadout possible, and you just have to deal with it. And that's not fun. I mean, yeah, I like challenge, but I like beating a game because I actually mastered the mechanics of it, and I made progression over the course of it, got better, and then by the end, I kicked its butt. I'll give you a perfect example of that. Go watch my Sekiro playthrough from 2010, where when I started playing the game, I sucked ass. I couldn't parry, I couldn't do the combos, I couldn't do anything. By the end of the game, I mastered the mechanics, and I beat the final boss on my third shot. Faster than most people who ever played it, okay? And whenever I did something in Sekiro, the game saved it. So even though I was dying.
Oh no.
Returnal is a game that sadly does not respect your time as a gamer.
Does DSP respect your time as a viewer?
First of all, it needs to be said that the game at launch did not have any set checkpoints and also did not have any save points. The only way that you could save your progress in Returnal was basically to hit a milestone in the game. As I've already mentioned, kill a certain boss and unlock a shortcut, and now that shortcut is permanently unlocked so you can bypass an entire segment of the game. Or find a critical upgrade that will stay on you forever, so at least you feel like you didn't waste your time when you have to turn the game off. Because at any time you're playing Returnal, if you have to turn the console off, guess what? You lose your progress and start back at the beginning, much like any other roguelike. However, I can very firmly tell you that over the course of 2021, I played other roguelikes that do the roguelike formula way better than Returnal does. There were many times when I was playing Returnal, and I would play upwards of 1 to 2 hours, die, go back to the beginning, and feel like I wasted 2 hours of my time. I made no progress at all. I didn't really understand.
Is he gonna compare it to Hades? Because that's also a roguelike?
Or, yeah, I got to a boss, and the boss is tough, so I die. Okay, do it from the start. Play another hour and a half to get back to that boss. Now you got to phase 2 of the boss. Okay, die on the boss. Now go back to the start to go back all the way another hour and a half to fight phase 3 of the boss. Like, dude, I'm not going to beat the boss in one shot. So why aren't you respecting my time and giving me checkpoints, or at least allowing me to learn, rather than having to replay an hour and a half of boring, grindy gameplay to get back to that one point in the game that I can't beat? That's frustrating as hell. If the game had more shortcuts, or the game had an easier way to get back to that boss to make a second attempt, that'd be one thing. But man, the game doesn't really help you in that regard at all. All right? Now, the other major problem is the length of time to get to said checkpoint and or a time when the game will save is too lengthy. I should not have to play the game for 2 to 3 hour chunks in order to even have a chance to defeat said boss and then unlock a next portion of the game that'll save. Not every person on Earth has 2 to 3 hour chunks to play a video game. We're busy. We have lives. Are you telling me that only people who have 3 or more hours of free time a day in one sitting are worthy of playing Returnal?
By the way, he uploads 6 hours of content a day and expects you to watch all of that and be on his streams and send you money. People have a fucking life. Really? Do you? Why do you have to talk about your day off for an hour and a half? Like it's something amazing. Do you respect people's time?
That's ludicrous. At the very least,
it's ludicrous.
Implemented a checkpoint system so that if you can't keep playing, you can at least create a quick save, much like you could do in many different open world games such as Skyrim, etc., where if at least when you pick up your console again the next day, you can resume from that point. But Returnal didn't care. Returnal did not respect the gamer, nor did it care at all about your time. It just said, oh, you don't have 3 hours to play? Well, screw you. You make no progress today. Now, in addition, sadly, in my experience, because the game was set up this way, most people who played it at launch ended up doing similar runs. And what I mean by that is the internet talks to each other and said, geez, man, we want to make progress and not lose out on it. What do we do? And everyone kind of said, hey, you need to get this particular gun. You need to upgrade it a certain way. And once you do, the gun will become overpowered and basically melt everything in the game. And that's what you should do. And that's unfortunate because sadly, there were a lot more ways to play the game that if the game actually cared about your time, maybe you would have risked a little more. Maybe if you could save your loadout or you could save your game, you actually would have tried various different things. But 9 times out of 10, the people who played this game at launch did exactly the same thing to get through it because it seemed to be the only viable way to beat it on a first run attempt and not waste your effing time. So, a game like this that's unique, has a great visual style, has unique enemies, unique weapons, unique plot, and things to it. You want it to feel like a worthwhile experience. But this game makes you feel like you're not actually respected by the game developers. They don't care about your time constraints. They don't care about your level of skill. They say, tough shit, get good and play for 3 hours or don't play
It's a fucking, it's an intentionally hard game. What do you fucking expect? And the weird thing with him, of course, as a streamer, is that before he stops playing the game and clocks out, he needs to save. Because next time he's playing on that console, he's playing something else. So, he needs to save the game first and then clock out, which pisses him off, obviously, because he can't clock out right on time. And it's more frustrating. It's like having a shift where you have to do all your work first and then you go home.
That is ridiculously bad game.
Like a job.
And so many people kind of just glossed over this and brushed it off when the game came out. Sorry, but for me, this actually was one of the roughest playthroughs I did this year because I'm a gaming content creator with a set schedule of streams. I just don't have time to play games at giant length every single day. And it frustrated me that some days I would play this game and literally make no stickable progress because of the way that the game was designed, okay? Now, ultimately, the game is not bad. It actually is fun to do a full run-up. But to give you some perspective, my playthrough of the game was about 28 hours long. If the game actually had checkpoints and save points, I firmly believe my playthrough would have been 10 hours because I wouldn't have been forced to redo the same 1 to 2 hour loop of gameplay over and over and over and over and over and over and over in order to get to a point where I didn't just die on a boss and I could actually make progression. And just to give you guys some interesting perspective on that, at the times when I actually did make progress, no exaggeration, I would actually beat multiple stages of the game in one run. For example, once I beat the first and second stage and I got to the third, it took me over 10 to 15 hours to beat the third stage. But then I beat the fourth and fifth stages back to back and never had to play them ever again. In one sitting. That is a problem. That tells me the game was poorly designed. Why did I have to waste 15 hours on stage 3, but then I could beat 4 and 5 in one go because the way you designed your game?
Because you paused to give shoutouts and you're bad at the game a lot of the times? What?
and I'll never even see that shit ever again. It's just terrible game design. Now, for some of you, you might argue with me, Phil, you're off base, I still enjoyed it, yada, yada, yada. All right, fair enough. But I have to say this then. Why is it that after this game was out for about 6 months, Housemarque, the game developers of the game, added in quick save checkpoints, right? If I'm so horribly off base with my criticisms of Returnal, okay, why did the game developer change the game due to the amount of complaints they received? Right now, if you buy Returnal, okay, and you play it for like 2 hours and you have run out of time, you could make a stopping point. And then you could boot it up tomorrow and resume from your stopping point. You see?
So it's like they fix it, so it's not a problem anymore?
There's some validity to my criticisms. And the truth
Okay.
is the game
Okay.
had either that from launch
All right.
or if the game was more similar to, say, Hades, where every time you play through it,
Yeah, of course, there's the obligatory comparison to Hades.
2 hours, but at least my gun now has an upgrade that I kept. At least I have a little bit more HP. At least I'm a little faster. Then at least it feels like you've made some progression and you didn't waste your time. The problem with Returnal is, it literally feels like 80% of the time you're playing it, you're wasting your time because nothing sticks. And there's no checkpoints, so if you die, you lose everything. Terrible. A game that literally has about 5 to 10 hours of content that takes you 30 hours to beat because it was poorly designed. That is the definition of a gaming disappointment for me, and for me, that is absolutely the most disappointing game of 2021. Harry Butthole tipped another $1.50 and said, gaming media rely on the support of...
Whoa. Right back to fucking Harry fucking Butthole. Okay, let's go to best games of... I wrote bust, of course. 2021, right? That was the actual year. All right, Game of the Year awards. Let's see, and we're gonna skip the bullshit and the long explanation. Let's get to this. What was this? Fall Guys?
Number 13.
13. He loves everything, man.
Some of these are gonna
Because this year, last year actually, he didn't have enough money to buy all kinds of bullshit games, and he had to beg only for the good games. So that's why the list is so full. And some of them are going to be identical, like, you know, Forza is going to be on this list because it's amazing. The graphics are beautiful.
surprise you guys. Here's why.
Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be really high. It's probably going to be Game of the Year.
I don't review games anymore. Okay? I used to be a full reviewer of games. I would have the Hateful Truth game series where I would give them a number score. I don't do that anymore. So you guys literally have no idea how I'm ranking the games from this year at all, right? All right, here we go. Number 13 is a game that I bet you no one will see coming. Ladies and gentlemen, it is... Whatever shows it. I think I have a little intro here. Come on now. It's going to show it any second, I swear. It's going to get past this. In 5, 4...
Oh my god, why are you so fucking bad? Come on, just pick your fucking... You pick the videos that you play. How can you be so bad? And he has duplicate scoreboards, like leaderboards. So yeah, you don't know if he made $108 or $65.
2...
I actually don't know.
Okay. Super Mario, not really. Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury. Alright, awesome. Awesome. Let's get to the next one. I have nothing to say about Bowser's Fury.
And be able to play it by...
It's a good game according to DSP. So it's probably a good game.
Happening on my streams. In fact, I can massively give a shout out to my moderator, Swaggins.
Swaggins, hey.
He had been
oh, amazing.
Said that he liked it and thought that it would be right up my alley. And then when I actually eventually...
You should ship him to Seattle. Have a staycation.
Quite good. Now, is this game groundbreaking?
Eat a lot of pizza.
No.
Is it groundbreaking? No.
Get a shout out, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tormented Souls.
Oh, okay.
We're old school.
Yeah. All right. And why he likes it so much is because he has the vest, the glasses, and the shitty hat on. That's why he loves it. Tips total 204. I love this game. Oh my god, thank you, Swaggins. I didn't know I was gonna get this much money to play it. Alright, let's skip. It's a horror game that looks kinda like Resident Evil. You know what I mean? That's my review. It's a 204 tips total out of, 150. So it's a really good game. That's the new rating system on this stream. It's out of the tips goal, how good a game it is. Now this is 204, tips goal was 150, so it's really, really good.
By any means, but that's intentional. The game is literally a throwback. Much like...
It's a throwback.
Which was because the control... $30. So now it may be did come out this year. It's kind of like a really.
The Eclectic Academic super chatted $5. Guess who just bought a hotel overnight?
Yeah, awesome. You can get us all to go there and drink a bunch of gin. Big ups for the hotel and the super chat. Eclectic Academic.
Really hyped it or talked about it. But man, again, if you like survival horror from back in the day, it feels like you're playing a new old game.
A new old game. Yeah, it's a throwback. All right, sounds good. What's next?
It's called 12 Minutes.
Oh, really?
A game that was under Microsoft Game Pass, which is nice to be able to play it as a Game Pass game and have to pay for it. Because it is such a unique formula and very different from other games that are out there, it was nice to be able to play it, and maybe if I didn't like it, it wouldn't have been a risk, but hey, I liked it. So, a game.
A risk? What do you mean a fucking risk? It was on Game Pass. You just said it. A risk. You're playing it for free. What are you fucking risking?
One area of a building.
Having a boring stream? That already is happening.
One apartment, okay? You're basically confined to the bedroom, the bathroom.
The Eclectic Academic super chatted $5. You're hired.
Totally, dude, totally. I can DJ Liquid Richard songs all fucking night in the lobby.
That's it. There's nowhere else to go in this game. A game.
We can have the Hogan suite. It's gonna be just like WWE champion styled. Amazing. It's gonna make you feel like a true gamer.
With notable voice
The
actors.
legendary Hogan.
Daisy Ridley and Willem Dafoe.
Hey, Willem Dafoe. I love him.
Supplementary characters you never see on screen. These are the three main voice actors of the game. What is the game? Well, you arrive home from work or a trip or somewhere. You have some interaction.
And shit happens. That's it. It's a good game. Tips total, it's 14 out of 150, but it's still something. He loved it. So the other streams were probably really good.
Game.
The Eclectic Academic super chatted $5. I own a hotel in Istanbul, Turkey. You'll live here fully comped. My word, you game?
No, I'm have to deny this offer. You can ask Phil though. I'm sure he's gonna be up for it. If you just say free, and everything is good. Just say free. He's gonna go anywhere.
Minutes is the way to go. Although you
The big ups for super chat.
figure out how to solve it because man, some of the stuff in the game is again much like Tortured Souls, very cryptic. When you're trying to figure out what's the alternate scenario I do here or there. But one of the things that I really liked about the game was the trial and error aspect of try this, try that, and see how that changes things in the gameplay mechanics.
The Eclectic Academic super chatted $5. Bring Tevin ASAP.
Gonna call him. We're gonna call Tevin on the. We're gonna use the Tevin
Paul
bat
J.
symbol.
Razzle Jr. super chatted $2. Hire Greg to sing karaoke rolling on the floor laughing cocktail.
The Grug singing karaoke and Wings. Wings is gonna be the guy who carries the luggage. He's gonna load it up in the Mustang. Big ups both of you for super chats.
I really liked doing that. Okay.
It's gonna be such a chill event.
So if you're a Game Pass subscriber,
The Lit Hotel.
you really have no excuse because you don't have to spend any extra money to play it. And I feel it is one of those games that kind of fits perfectly into what a Game Pass game should be.
We should brand it as the Hotel of Hate, and then 10 years later rebrand it after we realize it's terrible. The Hotel of Hate.
Okay. All right. Up next in my countdown of my best games of 2021 is a game that if you were already here earlier, you might be a little shocked, but I still want to give credit where credit is due. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, it's Forza, the game that's on both lists.
this was already in my
You have to have those.
countdown. And so some people might say, what? How could you have a game that's in your most disappointing games of the year countdown, but also in your best games of the year countdown? All right? Well, there's a simple reason.
Why not?
Because even though this game didn't necessarily
It's DSP, he can do anything.
innovative or new or different, and therefore it was a little disappointing to me, it was still a great game. I had a ton of fun going through the open world of Mexico, taking in all the sights, driving various kinds of cars. Let me tell you, some of the
Wow, this fucking gameplay. Oh my fucking god, look at this. This is the Game of the Year Awards gameplay. This is what you get. And look at the driving. Looking at chat.
I had a ton of fun.
And looking at chat, completely lost. Keeps driving, looking at chat, and face first. He would have died from this.
The best graphics.
And again, the best graphics again. The first thing, the best fucking graphics. Is it the first thing? Did he say something else?
Because even though this game didn't necessarily live up to my full expectations of doing something innovative or new or different,
Did it have good graphics?
it was still a great game. I had a ton of fun going through the open world of Mexico, taking in.
Okay, it was fun, and it looked pretty.
Some of the best graphics.
Graphics and cars. Okay. All right.
Running at a very silky smooth 60 frames per second. Having
How did the cars handle? Look at the terrible fucking driving here.
What was in the game was good. Okay, I did like some of the
Oh my fucking god, look at this.
stunts. All right, I do feel the game could have done more to innovate, and that's why I actually ended up
More innovative. You should get out of the car and start doing push-ups, and you can get the WWE champions on your phone.
of 2021 countdown. But for what was there, it was all polished and good and fun. In fact, the only issue I ever had was with the online modes, which did not work at the one point that I wanted to try them. Apparently, for what I'm to understand now, they've patched the game, and now the online modes all work nice. So if you were holding,
This is some fucking terrible driving. When he takes those shitty shortcuts, drive on the road. That's why it exists. It's a driving game.
Again, it's another one under Game Pass. And by the
Oh
way,
my god.
ridiculous amount of content for a driving game. It's
Okay, what is the content? What can you do? He didn't make any bullet points or anything what to talk about in a more structured approach. So this is all just a word salad of phrases and opinions. It's so bizarre, and it's terrible. It's fucking trash.
20 hours, and probably arguably did about half the content in the game, but I did all the things necessary to complete the story of the game. There was still a ridiculous amount of stunt jumps and hidden cars and challenges with drifting and racing and things.
It has a story.
I basically just did the things that were necessary.
That's interesting.
The major plot of the game. But if you want to take your time with this game and do all the content, I could see someone getting upwards of like 40 or more hours out of the game just driving around open world Mexico and checking out all the different things that are in it. So I want you guys to understand something. Just because I'm disappointed a bit in a game does not mean it's not one of the best games of the year. I firmly believe Forza Horizon 5 was the best racing/driving style game of 2021, which is why it absolutely deserved a spot in my Game of the Year award countdowns. Could it have been better? Yes. And that's why I do feel that it was also one of the more disappointing games for me, but it was still a great game, and you should absolutely play it if you're interested in anything to do with driving or racing or simulation like this. It's a must play. Do not skip it. Alrighty. In that case, I didn't have as much to say about that one because I already talked about it in my disappointing games countdown. All right.
There's so many more games coming up. Oh my god, get to the next one. Okay.
Liked game or favorite game or best game, 2021.
All right.
Wait, did I miss? Wait a minute. Here it is. Almost misclicked. Kano Bridge of Spirits.
All right. Sounds good.
A PlayStation 5 exclusive. And
Sure.
PlayStation 5 exclusive that I liked enough to put into my Game of the Year awards countdown.
Okay, it's a good game. It's I don't know, $120 out of $150 tip goal. That's how good it is, let's say, because it's low on the list. It gets the glasses and the vest, but not the hat. Or is the vest at 150? I have no idea. I'm so confused at this point. Oh, he hated this game? Oh yeah, he hated the last boss. I know, he fucking raged so much at the last fucking boss.
2021.
All right. What is the next one?
Life is Strange, True Colors.
Amazing.
Robble. People are about to disagree with me. I know. That's okay. But
Black Mage 666 tipped $1. Racing/driving style racing game? Question mark.
Racing/driving style racing game.
Phil's a loser.
Hey, big ups for the membership, Kynan Traum. And for the racing/driving style game. That's what I'm just saying. He has no script for this, not even outline. So he ends up saying bullshit like this.
No, I like a good narrative-based game.
Okay.
I loved back in the day playing Telltale games. I loved the original Life is Strange.
It's a walking simulator with pressing the triangle to talk.
Very bad direction. Okay, Life is Strange Before the Storm was terrible. Took away the whole superpowers aspect of the game and a lot of the air of mystery and fun. It just became a teen angsty game that I hated. Life is Strange 2 re-added in superpowers, but then ended up being some of the worst.
Yeah, when you call him out that he's contradicting himself, you're just stupid. That's that. It's just, you're stupid.
Heavy-handed writing I've ever seen in a video game, quite frankly. Trying to push a lot of agendas down our throats.
A lot of agendas. What kind?
Watch my playthrough of it, and I myself even...
Keenan Traum super chatted $5. I'll bring you and Tevin here, all expenses paid. You have Tevin email me when he can. Deal?
I'm gonna let Tevin know behind the scenes, and I'll tell you. But no, The real answer is no, I'm sorry. But big ups for the super chat.
Are terrible, bigoted people or very biased and racist. I basically didn't want to play anymore. Okay. And so, when Life is
Wait,
Strange,
what is he talking about?
I was skeptical it was going to be any good.
Oh, Life is Strange. All right.
Everything that I'd seen about the game leading up to its release was kind of interesting.
You can hit up Tevin on Twitter.
Ability to see emotion.
He has a Twitter. It's probably gonna respond.
Feels them. It was kind of a unique take on a superpower.
That's gonna make some awesome content.
Personally, I went into the game with little to no expectations, thinking that it probably would not be very good and would end up being a cringeworthy game, just like Life is Strange before this.
Okay, he liked the walking sim. Moving on to the next one. What's the next best thing?
Because this game is very similar to Life is Strange 1.
And mashing X. This is one of the main mechanics.
Life is Strange, True Colors.
Oh my god. Okay.
And just looking online the other day, that game is way cheap now. Like originally when it came out, it was actually a full-fledged $60 release. I believe it's down to like $25 now. So definitely now kind of in line, because it is about, if I remember correctly, my playthrough was like 15 hours long or something like that, maybe a little shorter. So you argue, oh, $60 is way too much. Now it's way cheaper. Definitely give it a look now that you'll be able to get it for a much more discounted price. And it's a good value for that price. So, all right.
All right. Continuing on. Let's see.
Most liked game 2021 is.
Okay.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a game that you guys tried to convince me to play when it was a new release in October. I kept making excuses.
Oh yeah, I kept making excuses.
Get to it. And then when I eventually did play it, I truly loved it.
He just admitted to his bullshit the whole time. I made excuses this whole time. You asked me to play this. Well, thanks for caring about me as your fucking audience, DSP.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
This
Metroid
fucking sucks.
Dread for the Nintendo Switch. So, Metroid Dread, let's talk a little bit about it, all right? For the last ridiculously long amount of time, 15 plus years, people have said, man, Metroid's a good series. Metroid Prime is a good series. But it really would be nice if Metroid could eventually go back to its 2D roots, exploring a large, cavernous area, a maze-like labyrinth full of enemies, unique abilities, puzzles to solve, platforming, bosses, challenge, exploration, all the things that made the original Metroid great. And don't get me wrong.
I have no fucking self-control.
Future Dark tipped $3. Guys, please, I need your support to pay my bitch ex-wife's alimony. She's just gonna buy more weed and Xanax, but that's how it is.
Yeah, maybe she's that slow because of the weed, man. I can totally understand. Big of Super Dark, Future Dark, I mean. He's gonna be super dark someday.
And I can understand how basically taking
He's gonna get radioactive.
at that time kind of made sense for the modernization of the series. But man, it had been so effing long since we had actually seen a Metroid game play like a classic Metroid game. And
The Avengers of DSP Detractors.
I knew the game was coming out
What are we gonna be fighting? Wheelchair, like, superhumans?
this year. I liked everything.
That would be interesting. But I need to get myself a suit.
This game added in a new element of these Emmy robots. These are robots that are supposed to hunt Metroids and or alien creatures. By the way, Samus is infected with a Metroid and or alien creatures, so the robots think that she's an enemy, okay? These robots are basically indestructible and act like the nemesis from the Resident Evil franchise. So when you run into one of them, you basically can't kill them. You have to avoid them as long as you can until you find a way to eventually kill them. And each one of them can kind of be like a unique puzzle or a lot of platforming. It's very tense when you run into one of these enemy robots because you know you cannot kill them. You just have to basically run away and survive. That's one of the more unique parts of the game. Outside of that, as you can see, the game looks and plays like classic Metroid. And there's absolutely positively, nothing wrong with that at all. I actually feel that this game did exactly what the fans wanted. They brought it back to its roots. A ginormous labyrinthian series of tunnels, puzzles, different climates, different enemies that change over time and become more challenging. One thing that I was actually impressed with was the way that they delivered the plot. This game has some cutscenes and has some plot elaboration, but not a heck of a lot. Most of the plot is actually delivered by a narrator who you'll run into in
A narrator?
the open world area. And this narrator will actually give you like updates on what you're supposed to be doing and or explanations of puzzles, enemies, and things that are going on. You don't have to sit through a bunch of convoluted over-the-top cutscenes to understand the plot of Metroid Dread. And that's a really good thing. By the way, the game has some returning unique enemies and bosses from previous Metroid games.
Alright, so this game is certified great. At like 140 out of a tips goal.
Things you find earlier on.
But they keep getting better, man. We're getting further up the list. Continuing on, let's see the next one. It's a chill game.
Best game of the year is.
Of course it is. Of course it
I
is.
literally just finished last night.
Yeah, the slowest game of all time.
September 21st. I played it all the way.
This game had so much drama around it. With him being a weirdo in nightclubs trying to play, like talk to women or whatever, was so fucking strange. Then, fucking, when he accidentally turned the game to easy, and then made a big deal about it. Yeah. And then basically nobody liked to see it, and he had to beg while he was fucking playing it. And he made $5 grand off of it. Very nice. So it's an awesome game. A fantastic, memorable experience.
January 3rd.
4K. Caught in 4K.
The playthrough was over.
Yeah, okay. All I remember about it is that he was a weirdo when he had to... Oh yeah, he loaded the wrong save. He rewrote his save or something. He had to play for an hour and a half. It was so fucking strange. This guy is great. And that's it. This game is amazing. He made money. And it attracted all the other people that love games like this. Japanese style games. From Japan.
But one of my major criticisms of the game is that they didn't really find a way to tie the school stories in with the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, the school stories. The shit he wasted so much time playing through. Because he loved playing that side content. While everybody was telling him how bored they are.
And a game that like
hey, it's Guardians.
Tons.
It's Guardians.
Get good marketing. This is the game. All right? If you like Guardians of the Galaxy from the movies, if you like them from the comic books, or anything in between, this game is absolutely outstanding. It captures the personalities of each of the Guardians to a T. Drax, the brooding, yet also kind of funny, matter-of-fact kind of guy.
This fucking child description of a character. The funny, angry... This is the Grug description. He went full on Grug. The funny, angry, funny kind of guy. The nice guy kind of a guy.
Aura, who is an ultimate assassin badass, thrown amongst a bunch of jackasses who are
jackasses, alright.
To kind of deal with their nonsense. Groot, the anthropomorphic tree that can only say Groot, but has some pretty cool powers and has a heart of gold. Rocket Raccoon, the consummate
consummate, that's the word of the day.
That's willing to do anything to make a buck and really doesn't have much of a conscience about it, but also is a pretty funny personality.
He said Japan culture is sick playing Lost Judgment. I might need to look this up anyway, sometime.
All these characters, unique, fun, interesting, very different. All right.
Yeah, this game looks fine.
Basically
it looks good.
Their personalities. They did. Some of the interactions these characters have are
almost hits the tips goal.
Some of the writing of the game, the dialogue, the quirky dialogue that these guys have between each other, not only in combat but also just between action scenes, is amazing. What is Guardians of the Galaxy? Well, it's a narrative-based game where you're trying to save the galaxy. There's various plot points that happen. There's a cult that basically is going through the galaxy trying to indoctrinate all these people and cultures, and it's your job to try to stop them. And you have run-ins with various different characters from the Marvel Universe over the course of the game.
What I know for sure is before this game came out, and before he played it, he thought it looked like a piece of shit. That's what he said, a piece of shit. The marketing make it look like a piece of shit.
Pretty interesting in that regard. By the way...
So it's, again, an example of him basically talking shit before shit even happens.
No Thanos, thank God, because I'm so tired of Thanos or Thanos in Guardians games and or...
Hey, what's up, Bear?
It was very refreshing to have a game where he wasn't a major...
Very refreshing.
The game is a combination of third-person action. You always...
This is some terrible gameplay, by the way. Look at this. Why would you show this clip? Show some action stuff. But of course, you couldn't do that. It's way too fucking hard.
The other Guardians to get new abilities. For example,
like, even if he had a software fucking program, he could just clip in a bunch of stuff of him fighting, and that's it. That's it. It's not that hard. But he doesn't even have a software to edit.
Some Guardians can do area of effect.
Of course. Yeah, Thanos. Thanos. Of course, he's the best villain. Thanos.
And so they're all very different.
Pig nose.
Character. it is a little disappointing that you can't control all the Guardians fully in combat.
Black Mage 666 tipped $1. I've heard first graders use more descriptive, varied synonyms than that. Jesus fucking Christ, how did this stupid arsehole get valedictorian? Was the rest of his class literally brain dead? Get a thesaurus, you fat fuck.
His parents told him that his class is for special, really smart kids. And he outsmarted all of them. He got the highest grades in his specific class.
If you could
That's exactly what happened.
fly, but sadly you only control Star-Lord in combat and just kind of order around the other guys for powerful assist attacks when viable. There's also exploration, puzzles, platforming. As you can see here, just going a little bit to one direction instead of where you were supposed to go directly can lead to a destructible wall, which then can lead to some hidden items, upgrades, and otherwise some really interesting things.
Alright, this is just like basic stuff. Okay.
All kinds of locations in the Marvel Universe, including places already known from the Guardians of the Galaxy universe, like the town of Nowhere, but also many other places as well. It has several epic large-scale boss fights. The game is really well done. It basically is, in my opinion, what I think most people kind of wanted or expected out of the Avengers video game from 2020. But instead,
Alright. Yeah, because it's a single-player fucking game. It's not a co-op, looter-shooter, weird microtransaction-filled game. It's a single-player game.
This game had come out before Avengers.
I would rather play this any day than the Avengers.
This game would have been a ridiculous over-the-top bestseller. But here's what I think happened. Avengers is a game that a lot of money and marketing was thrown into. Crystal Dynamics, aiming to make a game that was more of a cooperative, grindy style
Yes.
rather than a unique narrative style one,
Yes.
kind of dropped the ball. And so when the game came out, you would play through the 10+ hour campaign, and as soon as you were done, you realized, wow, this game is now just a grindy mess of repetitive garbage. I'm never playing it ever again. And most people dropped it entirely and never went back. So it was a huge money-making loss for Square Enix. They had hoped that Avengers was going to be a giant cash cow, and instead they actually lost money on the game. So when it came to Guardians of the Galaxy, which already was in development, I almost feel like Square Enix had lost some of their faith in the Marvel franchises and were worried that if they heavily advertised Guardians of the Galaxy, they'd be wasting their money because it was going to be another performance flop. Therefore, the game was released with little to no marketing, little to no hype, and most of the production content that we were shown of, oh, here's a little bit of an example of gameplay or whatever, ended up being completely underwhelming. So you would look at it and say, man, I guess this game ain't going to be so good. In fact, out of all the stuff that we had seen up to that point, the only thing that looked impressive was the dialogue of the characters kind of talking to each other and having this comedic interactions. But outside of that, nothing else in the game looked very good. But man, when the game came out and people finally got their hands on it and they realized how good it was, how shockingly good the game was.
Shockingly good.
It was almost like feeling guilty. Like, I didn't play this game release week. I waited about a week and a half later when people had played it and said, nah, Phil, you gotta understand, this game's really good. You're missing out if you don't play it. You gotta give it a shot.
He's the top fucking gamer, but he doesn't even care if a game that comes out is good, so he can play it, so he can have a lot of fun and hopefully make more money. He's not gonna do that. It takes him some pay pig in chat telling him, hey, this game is really good. Wow.
And my God, am I glad that I did. Because I really feel like I would have been so missing out on a unique cinematic experience if I hadn't played it. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not ashamed to say this. I will admit it to you publicly right here. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, big up, Sindera. I'm having a nice chill day. What is this fucking... What is this confession segment? I, Phil Burnell.
15 years, 39-year-old man.
Stop stroking your own dick. Oh, you cried. Okay. Okay. You cried when you read a fucking "It's Been Tough" letter. I know you fucking cry. You cry a lot. In various ways. But you cry.
It's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. That was my depression. The writing was so good that in 2 separate scenes, it made me feel sad because of things that happened to the characters, and I actually legitimately teared up and started crying during the playthrough. Now, everyone, of course, called me a big wimp and a sissy. And they're right. I mean, I shouldn't be crying over video games. I'm an old man. But you see what I'm saying?
Nobody cares. You can cry over whatever the fuck you want. There was that guy that cried over Star Wars. That fucking got memed out of existence.
Doing. Sorry about that. I'm gonna.
Alright, back to Phil.
not Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a joke.
You can cry to whatever.
Legitimately one of the best written games I've played in many, many years, and actually has very fun gameplay mechanics that are worth exploring. Whether or not
I just don't know if crying on stream is a thing that you want to do.
You're even really a major fan of Marvel. Of course, if you are, that's just like the icing on the cake. You're going to like the game even more if you're already a fan of Marvel or the Guardians, and then you play this game. By the way, the game was a sales flop at launch. Then they cut the prices dramatically, so you can probably get Guardians of the Galaxy for around $20 right now. It's worth every dollar. It's a lengthy game.
Really?
My playthrough was 20 hours long or something like that.
Sip, sip, sip.
It absolutely was one of my shockingly good favorite games 2021.
Shockingly good. Let's see what's next. Ladies and gentlemen.
Down to the nitty-gritty.
Take a shot.
The number 4 best game, 4th best game, 2021.
Is Psychonauts 2.
A game that really, in my opinion, had potential to go south. This game was in development hell for an incredibly long time, okay? It was supposed to, you know, we expected it to come out many years ago. And the fact that I had zero faith in Tim Schafer as a game developer after having played Broken Age many years ago. A narrative-based game that was more similar to Tales of Monkey Island, or excuse me,
Yeah, he's low T-side Phil.
Blew my mind. It was so
He cried in that fucking letter. It was so funny. Holy shit. Why would you put this on a live stream?
It's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has.
I want to actually watch that whole video.
The uniqueness of the level design, the ingenuity that was put behind the puzzles, the actual...
Hey, wait. Why is this being...
The game, which gets more interesting, although admittedly, once you get further into the game, I do feel like the actual combat was maybe a little bit oversimplified to the point where it wasn't ultra challenging. But, man, the fact that you can go inside so many different people's minds, and each person's mind is completely different. And one mind, it's a very kind of cut and dry. Oh, you're in a hospital. Oh, you're in like you know, a library. But you know, another person's mind, everything's colorful and exciting.
Yeah, shut up, DSP. I want to see you cry.
I have a special message that I would like to read from a fan a few months ago that I know. Well, first, a couple shout-outs. Timbo Slice Cheered wanted the platinum vest.
It's been tough.
Okay.
It's been tough.
Here's what we're going to do. Right now, we're in the original vest. If we do hit the tips goal for this stream, I will give you guys 2 options. Either I could put on a different vest. Do that. Or I could put on glasses. And
what the fuck?
Tier 1 reward during this.
Yes. This is so fucking hilarious because I know he's about to start crying. And this is how it starts. I can put on a different vest for you guys, whatever you think I'm sexy in. You fucking... Oh my fucking god. This is content. This is content. This is not fluff content that he hates so much.
If we double the tips goal, then I could do both. But
both?
Again, I'm not really expecting that much. I'm not. I think this is going to be...
Vest streak 150. I'm not expecting that much. I'm not. Tips goal, it's 9 out of 100. Remember that time? The fucking vest streak. The greatest time in humanity. Before COVID even happened.
A slow stream, and I think this may...
It's a slow stream. Yes! Yes! Beautiful! 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 Because do you know fucking what? I know he's... For a matter of fact, he's gonna fucking cry later in this video. And he's guilt-tripping you about this bullshit fucking vest. While sitting on 150 streak of getting $100. That's a lot of fucking money. I know tonight might be the last fucking time you see this vest. And if you really like it and you want me to not find your family and assault them, then you will give me the money you have until I read this letter.
Okay. So we'll see what happens.
A real fucking talk.
Oh, I already did this. Talk about sleeping dog.
And he made this a drama segment specifically. You guys, I want to do something that I've been keeping behind the scenes, but it was so touching. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this.
It blows me away, and I saved it purposely because I felt this is like a really nice time to show. Not, you know, like I said, the 100 vest streak, there was viral popularity behind it. Now, admittedly, I don't think that the vest streak thing is as popular, yet it persists. Meaning there are people out there who like what I do so much they legitimately want to see this continue, and now I feel like this is the right time to read this, okay? So, I'm not going to tell you guys the name of the person, or anything.
Yeah, you should dox them. You should tell us where he lives.
Their message, okay? They said, the first playthrough that I ever watched of yours was your co-op playthrough of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time Reshelled, way back...
Do you know who sent him this letter? This guy.
DSP, I want to say DSP can knock you out in a minute. in Street Fighter and in real life.
When in 2009. Back then I was just 11 years old, and now I'm actually 22.
Wow.
I've been a fan ever since. Well, I don't have much time to watch your videos on YouTube
Been a wheelchair this whole time?
anymore. I do my best to still support and pop in whenever I can. The reason that I'm sending you this email is very simple. I hope this is an okay way of reaching you. Of course it was. Is to say thank you. The last decade, you've provided me with so many laughs, and those laughs have gotten me through some of the toughest times of my young life. I was an avid user of your original King of Hate forums way back.
When he looks into the camera to just show off, to see, hey, you see this guy? He was a fan. He did this. He did this. I'm so good.
10. And actually, I met my now lifelong best friend in the forum chat, who I still talk to on a nearly daily basis to this very day.
Big ups Klaus Mystery for a super chat, for a super sticker.
68 cents.
For this dog. Was it Derek? Maybe.
Without you, that connection would never have been made. I would never have met her, so absolutely, I must thank you for that.
Wait, he found what? The love of his life?
Without you, that connection.
Wait.
Your original King of Hate forums way back in 2010. And actually, I met my now lifelong best friend.
Oh, it's a best friend. He's friend zone. Okay. They just text.
On a nearly daily basis.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. It's a social thing.
Without you, that connection would never have been made.
Wow. The love guru. Except they're best friends. They're not even like in a relationship.
So absolutely.
He's friend zone.
As well, and I know she would be thankful as well. You've also been a huge motivational inspiration over the past
motivational inspiration.
all of the unwarranted garbage and harassment that you've been
Unwarranted garbage and harassment. You should look at the camera, DSP. Yeah, he does on a daily basis. Look at the camera again. Look at me.
You're still here doing what you love, and that's incredibly commendable.
That's incredibly.
You taught me that no matter what,
it's incredible.
you can't ever give up. You can't give in, and you certainly can't let anyone or any group of trolls force you to quit something.
Any group of trolls. The fucking SOK.
That you've been able to find love with Kat, and I'm glad that you two are able to wed, and you're doing well, and I wish you both the absolute best moving forward. I apologize not having much more to offer you than a few kind words, and I feel compelled.
You should send fucking tips.
Reach out to you and to say thank you. Whether you realize it or not, you've made huge waves in the world, and many of them are positive ones. The internet the internet loves to focus on negativity, but you've actually done great things. You've pioneered trends that now dominate YouTube.
Pioneered trends.
Everywhere is a badge of honor, whether the majority of you recognize that or not.
Bro. Alright, pioneered. It's so much fucking prestige under pioneered. He just did something that was a cool idea, and then people just saw it and did the stuff that was uncomparably better. And that's pioneering something. I guess it is. I guess it is. Congratulations.
We've all made mistakes, and none of us are perfect. But if no one else has ever told you this, despite all, you're a good man, Phil. I appreciate you in every second of your life you shared with us via YouTube, Twitch, etc. over the past decade. Rest assured there are people in the world who know of your name and recognize that you're not a villain, that so many people attempt to make you out to be. I'll always be a fan. I'll always respect you and what you've done, and what you'll know that you'll always be a legend in the world of entertainment to me. Keep going as long as you can. Above all else, be sure that at the end of the day that you're happy. Love and appreciate you, man. Take care. And the reason that I read that to you guys is because I just want you guys to understand that that means the world to me when I get a message like that. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last
He said the thing. He said it. He said it.
But when I read a message like that, it makes me feel like it was worth it.
It's been fucking tough. Was it worth it getting all the fucking credit cards? Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
That happened to me. And all the stress and the mental shit that I go through on a daily basis. Sometimes.
It's been fucking tough.
It's worth it because there's people out there. I did nothing wrong. Got something out of all of this. You know, it wasn't just some dickhead in front of a camera.
The company name Brunel Productions.
Doing stupid videos.
Get a real fucking job.
To people. And that means the world.
That is
to me.
business related.
Was this worth it, Phil? Was this?
That is business related. The company name Brunel Productions is internet content creation of on-demand business related, also live video business related. The company's name is Brunel Productions, related internet and content creation. The company's name is Brunel Productions.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Tipped $1.
Okay, enough
Why
of
would
this.
pig bother to send this fucking gay love letter without any money attached? What a waste of the pig lord's time. He's crying because there wasn't any money included.
Yeah, should have been a lot of dollar signs attached to this. Cut the kind words. Come on, you're just giving me shit to laugh at. Come on, just send him money.
For a decade that they've been watching.
Was it him or was it a wheelchair? I think it's somebody else. I don't think DSP would cry over his own letter. I don't think he's this up his ass.
They've been following me and they've been watching my life evolve and how I've become a better person, you know? Admittedly,
better person when?
Things that, I didn't realize were stupid. And now I've grown and matured.
How much do you have to grow? You're literally 40.
And a content creator, and I realize now, we have things going on in the world right now with Black Lives Matter and stuff, and you look back at the stuff that I've done, I'm like, man, I was an idiot with the stuff that I said and did.
Yeah.
Caring about, if anyone was offended or hurt by the stuff that
Schwartz Brunel.
people watching me, and I actually now when I get an email like that, all right, it makes me feel like people grew with me. That this whole thing, I've told you guys.
Meth Bear super chatted $5. Did he have to remove a rib to suck his own piggy nubbin that much?
He probably did. He probably did, but I'm not sure that he wrote this to himself. I would say somebody else who is a big fan of DSP. Yeah, but he probably did it. Remove the rib just because. Why not?
I felt I never knew that anything that I ever did would
doesn't need it anyways.
That impact when I started,
has a lot more.
It wasn't about that. It was just me having fun, dicking around. I saw Angry Video Game Nerd making videos. I was like, if this guy can do it with no budget but talent, then I can do it too.
With no talent, with no talent, you can do it too. Well, you're microscopic compared to him, so yeah, you basically have no talent. Enjoy wearing this fucking vest.
You know what I mean? And now I feel that over 10 years later, even if there's so many shitheads who hate me, there's at least a body of work.
A body of work.
Watch whenever you want.
Body has gout all over it.
Person over the last decade, and that means the world to me to get a message like that. And listen, I'm certainly not trying to downplay people who have been incredibly supportive to me on the streams and everything, but that could be kind of message right there. That.
Somebody cheered him 100 bits to say that was the worst copy pasta I've ever seen. Well, big fucking ups. I agree with you. It was fucking terrible.
I agree with you. That makes it all worth it.
Nice copy pasta.
It touches me and it makes me know that, there are people who get it. That there are people who get it. They understand who I am and what I'm about and why I've done this as long as I have and why I'm still doing it and I'm not going to give up doing it, That's cool. That is so meaningful to me to know that there's people out there that it resonates. They get it.
They get it. They're just as fucking retarded as I am. I fucking love it.
Purposely cannot give up on this, that I want to do it as long as I can. The fact that it has meaning to you guys.
DSP, the people that genuinely like you wear diapers and are grown-ass men. Think about it, Phil. Think about what kind of people you attract. Think about it.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much. That message, I saved that purposely for months until I felt it was the right time. And I hope that you guys, I feel that there's people out there that are like that get it, but they don't want to say anything. Like I said earlier, there's people who are just so afraid of being trolled by the shitheads on the internet, but understand that none of this, what they say and does matters at all. None of it means a damn thing.
I agree with you, Storm.
Because it's all nonsense.
I feel the same way.
Their own nonsense, their own negative spin. I agree with you. To create the drama, to do the stupid shit, for their own personal benefit, because they're selfish and they're weak.
What?
Not a single person of those
what
try to bring me down could have ever gone through what I've gone through in the
yeah, because you don't have to. You don't have to. If you're not a toxic fucking asshole, you don't have to go through this, because you get shit on because you're a toxic asshole. And if you're not a toxic asshole, and you make shit about this toxic asshole, then you're not gonna get fucking a toxic response.
Last decade and kept doing it.
Why would you get it?
They couldn't. They would have quit. They would have tapped out.
They would have tapped out.
Little sissies that they are. Because
The little sissies that they are. You don't, dude, you don't understand this. Even if you're not a fucking detractor making videos about DSP and hating on DSP, let's say you're a random gaming guy, unless you're fucking toxic as fuck, you're not gonna get trolled. That's kind of how it is. People have nice communities and play games and have fun and post positive stuff on Twitter every fucking day, on every platform that exists where you can do that. That is happening. And people hate you because you're a toxic fucking asshole. And you attract this fucking toxic behavior. You attract it. And you attract people that dress up in diapers.
Because they hide behind.
Because that's the people that like you. And that's the people that vibe with this. That's the people you cry about.
Anonymity of the internet. That's why they do it. So I really.
In a nice snort. Of course, because he started crying. His whole nasal situation went south.
Hate moniker.
King of Hate moniker.
I felt that when people hated on.
No, because it was a fucking buzzword and you're basic as fuck, so you called yourself the king of something. What is it gonna be? Hate. Because it's a buzzword.
Okay. When people.
It's like Wings when he says that he said stuff for fucking for attention. And he was saying stuff like he was racist. He was saying he was racist to a point. Just to get a response. That's a very nice thing to say, Wings. Big ups. That's very fucking.
That was a motivation for me.
No.
To do better and to persevere. And this message right here is saying, yeah, that's exactly what they got out of it. That no matter what people threw against me, that I don't give up, and it's helped them in the last 10 years to get through shit in their life. That means something. So thank you guys who stuck with me. You know,
you get a grateful snort.
Supported me so much.
I love it.
I appreciate it so much. It does mean a lot.
Have you considered dyeing your goatee? It looks really white today and you look 50 years old. Someone cheered 100 bits. And his hair is so fucking thin.
Alright.
God. God. And this was from like some time ago.
Thank you, mature adult, for the 100-bit cheer. Ryan did a 347-bit cheer and said, "We're here for you, man. We appreciate you do what you do and you never gave up." Plum Goral tipped me $20. It says, "There's plenty of us like that kind of person. We're here with you. I've been watching since 2009. You kind of got me through a lot. I'm happy you're still here. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
More and more.
All right, that's awesome."
All right, thank you.
What was that? Thank you for sharing that. Wild snort. Can you like? Holy shit! Like, yeah. Oh my fucking god! This guy is just wild. He is off the fucking chain. Let's see what's the end of this list, and I'm gonna stop with this madness for today.
My Game of the Year awards. Woo! We're already over an hour and 15 minutes into this thing. Woo!
Yeah.
Got 3 more to go.
3 more.
Creme de la creme.
What is it? Hades. Yeah, Hades.
Hades did not come out in 2021. How dare you put it into your Game of the Year awards for 2021?
Well, he played it in 2021. That's your excuse.
There's 2 important points that I should make about this game. My first point is that I didn't play it back when it was on other consoles or other venues available. It was actually on Switch in 2020.
Oh yeah, and it was on PC.
It was actually released on PC all the way back.
He's not a PC gamer.
Early access and full access in 2019. All right. However, I didn't play those. Number 2, this game was only made readily available on an Xbox console during this summer under Game Pass. So technically, this one got into my countdown on a technicality because, yeah, it is a game that's been out for a few years, but...
Okay, it was a Semantics 2021 because he liked the game. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what number 2 is. Is it gonna be Resident Evil Village? Did he like that one? The graphics are really cool. So let's see.
What I like about them, and then reveal my pick for Game of the Year to build even more suspense.
Wow.
There you go.
All right,
So,
do that.
Let me reveal to you the top 2 games of the year, and then I'll tell you which actually is my Game of the Year pick. First of all, let's start off with Resident Evil Village.
Okay, and he keeps playing it. Look at this. This fucking bum. He's playing it actually in the dark. Like a little child. He put down the curtains wearing his stupid ass vest. Oh, this game is so good. It's so good. $234. This is the best game of the year. This is gonna be number 1, 100%. 1000%. LTG guarantee.
When I played it in April, I told you guys, man, it blew me away. Not only
Blew him away. Made him bust.
but the fact that this game
Can't even see how patchy his goatee is when he's sitting in the dark like this.
blew the lid off the idea of what Resident Evil was. Okay, yes, it was first person, much like Resident Evil 7. But let me tell you,
Okay.
at this point, I didn't even know what to expect. This game had zombie-like monsters, not official zombies, but zombie-like monsters, werewolves, vampires, killer animals, ghosts. Okay, maybe not actual ghosts, but things that kind of were like ghosts,
Kind of were like ghosts. And it had that mutated baby.
as well as mutated monstrous creatures that were just hideous freaks. Okay, so it's not your grandpappy's Resident Evil. Okay,
All right.
it's basically a new spin.
It's for Chads.
Okay, and it showed that they could go in a direction.
It's the Chad game.
An open world village full of mutated freakish creatures out to kill you. But the game actually had unique locations that all felt different. At one point, you're going off to a castle full of demonous vampires who want to suck your blood.
Demonous vampires. Wow.
Mansion or manor that's haunted and full of killer dolls.
Dolls.
You're off to like a fortress of the woods, and there's all these crazy werewolves trying to kill you. And like,
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
It was like a unique and fun and different experience. The game definitely retains a lot of the aspects of Resident Evil 7, but at the same time extrapolates upon them.
Oh, it extrapolates. Does it deconstruct the genre?
If you saw Resident Evil 7, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to.
Does it make you feel like you're Spider-Man?
Man, the game is full of scares, both jump scares as well as psychological horror. All right.
And jump scare.
I
No.
actually literally wanted to crap my pants, and it had nothing to do with the jump scare. Okay, relatively early on in the game, you're going through this village, the open world town. Okay, and as you're doing so, werewolves start to appear all around you. They start to gang up on you, and you're like, okay, let me kill a couple of them. So you start murdering them or whatever. Next thing you realize, like, wait a minute, there's more. Wait a minute, there's even more. And you start looking around, you're like, what the hell? You're surrounded by like over a dozen werewolves, and they just keep coming. Then another bigger, almost boss-like werewolf dude shows up. You're like, now what am I supposed to do? Obviously, you don't have unlimited.
What the fuck is this gameplay?
Unlimited ammo.
Yeah, he doesn't have unlimited funds.
Kill all these things. So now you're like, okay, maybe the goal is to survive, but I didn't know that. So now you're frantically trying to figure out what do you do to survive, and you're running through this town desperately. You're running up to the top floors of houses.
Yeah, I mean, rooftops.
Completely surrounding
Yeah, you're being fucking chased by werewolves. What are you gonna do but run for your fucking life? What the fuck? That's the idea of the game.
It scared the shit out of me. That is horror. Seriously,
That is horror. When I'm scared, that's horror, but not when something jumps in my face, which is not. Yeah, fucking jump scares are lame as fuck.
Stupid oogly boogly jump scare.
Oogly boogly.
5 seconds. No,
Yeah,
this is
I agree with you,
the whole
Phil.
town's out to get me. I'm screwed. What do? I have limited ammo.
Or you can set up a tense atmosphere and then have something scary happen. Yeah, like in PT, where they didn't have a lot of jump scares, but shit was scary as fuck because the atmosphere was so good.
That is true tenseness, and that actually scared the crap.
True tenseness.
So, this game absolutely encompasses what I feel modern survival horror is all about.
So atmosphere.
Souls with tank controls and all kinds of crap like that. Of course it's not. But man, was it an entertaining and fun experience. Like I said, having unique bosses, crazy gameplay.
Yo, has a guy that just came through the roof next to him.
The variety of locations that this game encompassed.
Why is he so slow, man? He's looking around so slowly and everything. And this is on 125, by the way. This is on 125, and he's this slow. He's looking around. It's like his controller's slow or something.
There were a few times when I feel it went off the rails. There's a particular boss near the end of the game with a lot of robotic parts and stuff that I was like, what the frick is going on here? And that kind of threw me.
Yeah, this footage is terrible. This is terrible gameplay.
Outside of that, it was a really great game. And by the way, the really cool part about it is that it basically tied in with the plotline of the previous Resident Evil games, which I didn't expect it to do. When I started playing, I was like, wow, this is like off the rails of Resident Evil. It just doesn't feel like Resident Evil. By the end of the game, it completely...
Oh, it feels like Resident Evil, okay. So it's one of those, it makes you feel like Spider-Man type of games. They're great.
Backstory of many...
It's one of those reviews, more like.
Of Resident Evil up to this point in the franchise, which blew me away that they were able to tie it up like that. So Resident
Yeah,
Evil...
he was looking around like it was the E3 trailer for the game. So you gotta make it cinematic.
Outstanding game.
And he's getting attacked by a guy.
Really, really well done.
Kill him.
And definitely in my top 2 games of the year.
Come on, he can't hit shit with this fucking gun. Yes. Let's see what else.
Game that, in my opinion, at this point,
Okay.
kind of make or break.
Okay.
Particular series and franchise.
Say it.
Franchise, but thankfully, is Grand Theft.
What?
No.
All right. Bait it.
Not even close.
Once
The
again.
game I'm talking about is not Resident Evil 8. I clicked the wrong thing. Halo.
He's so bad at changing his layouts. I don't even have an idea how he decided to do this. Did he make a separate OBS source for every single fucking game on this list? With a separate video? This is so stupid. Why would you fucking do this? Because when you see him changing it like this, he just changes the layouts. That's the only thing he does, is makes it invisible, just like I can do right now. Like this. Gonna make it visible, invisible, the different modules on the screen. Sounds good. Alright. That's exactly what he does. He has a different fucking source. How is this so dumb?
Not even close. The game I'm talking about is not Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, again, fucked it up. In Halo Infinite.
Of course.
No, Resident Evil is gonna be the game of the year. Okay, what does he say about Halo Infinite? It's open world and it looks amazing.
20. How much they made fun of it. The meme about that character Craig, who's
Grug.
And he looked so ridiculous. His face was so poorly animated and shaded. And everyone completely ripped it a new asshole and said, if this game comes out this fall, my God, this game is going to be terrible, right? Because it looks so bad. And I personally even remember, you know, I personally remember saying, man, this game is not ready. And so they delayed it a year. And that absolutely positively was the right thing to do. If they had rushed this out as a launch title for the Xbox Series S and X, it likely would have been unfinished junk. It would have been a piece of dog shit. Everyone would have laughed at it. And quite frankly, that could have been the end of Halo for good. I actually feel that. I'm very happy that they made the right choice and they delayed it a year. Because by doing that, not only did they put an incredible amount of polish and thought into the campaign, now making it a semi-hybrid game. Yes, there's definitely linear areas in the game when you go inside a base that's like a tower or an underground bunker, and it's very traditional Halo-style gameplay, kind of fighting gauntlets of enemies, having to use weapons and things that you discover in there to your advantage. But also, there's these large open-world segments, base takeovers, killing VIP targets, rescuing Marines that are under attack. And all along for the ride is the end-all, be-all, best addition to the Halo franchise that I think they ever could have added, the grappling hook. That grappling hook, single-handed...
Yeah, that hook looks cool as fuck. I watched the Video Game Donkeys video, which I'm gonna play instead of fucking DSP's bullshit, because you're gonna see some fun stuff. Let's see, Halo Infinite. I'll play just a little bit of it.
Halo Infinite has been in development for an infinite amount of time. They started on this game around the time I stopped making League videos, okay? It has been a long, bumpy ride getting this thing out the door, staff turnover.
Alright, look at the epic gameplay.
Grunts to cower in fear. Yes, all of this is ripped straight out of Halo 1, but Halo 1 is still pretty fun, except you're faster. Enemies are faster, more numerous, and more...
Yeah, this is some cool gameplay, and it's actually edited.
And I'm pretty sure a brute picked...
Edited content, so good, man.
Alright, I won't kill you. And he killed himself. Grunts is the funniest enemy.
Fucking nice.
Because one of my major complaints and or criticisms of the Halo franchise over the years has...
And then we come here with him just sitting there and getting hit.
Like a slow-moving tank. He's not versatile enough in these games, okay? He's slow. You're supposed to be a one-man army going up against hordes of aliens, right? Great. Can I move faster than the speed of like a small jog? And he's always
Jag.
The grappling hook allows you to be maneuverable. Whether that means you can pull yourself to safety or maybe pull yourself into an enemy for a flying punch, whatever it may be. All right? The grappling hook allows you now to have the maneuverability you never had possible previous in the Halo franchise. In addition, one of the major criticisms that I've had of the Halo campaigns over the years that I've played them is that they're far too linear, and a lot of them allow you to literally rush past content. A room full of enemies that you can run through and ignore every enemy as long as you get to the door and it closes behind you, mission accomplished. This is present in Halo Infinite's campaign, don't get me wrong, but not always. Because of
this gameplay is so terrible.
To have parts of the game where you
so fucking slow and so bad. What skill? Hey, he's hitting headshots finally. This is the rare times I see him aiming for the head.
Over for a base.
Oh, and now he got a shotgun. He's never gonna aim for the head again.
You've got to get good. You got to kill all those sons of bitches and take over that base. You can't run through it. You can use the grappling hook to your advantage to be more maneuverable. That's really good. Also, the plot line of Halo Infinite is interesting and fun. Admittedly, is it the best plot I've ever experienced? No. Is it even the best plot I've experienced in 2021? No. Is it in the top 5 plots that I experienced in 2021? Probably not. But it's actually way better than the plot lines of the last several Halo games, okay?
All right, amazing plot.
You just gotta find something that's good enough. And Halo Infinite's campaign is the best campaign, in my opinion, since Halo 3. That includes Reach, and I liked the campaign of Halo Reach. I actually feel this is a good restarting point for Master Chief to get back into prominence with mainstream gamers. I feel a lot of people don't know about Master Chief or who the hell he is.
Heck, he didn't hit anybody with that grenade.
Now, people can actually enjoy the...
And missed the hook. He's so fucking bad. He is so bad. What is this fucking gameplay? And he's in a corner again.
Last 2 outings, Halo 4 and 5.
DSP, what the fuck is this?
This game actually was entertaining. Was it the best? No, but it was a fun ride. Now I'd like to talk about the multiplayer of Halo Infinite. I don't have any footage of that set up, but I just wanted to let you guys know that Halo Infinite, again, this was kind of a make or break situation.
I don't have any footage of the Halo Infinite multiplayer. Why? Because you're terrible and it's fucking boring. And the footage is you getting destroyed.
Where basically it could have really flopped and failed if they just tried to do what they had
He's in the bottom 15% of ranked.
done, or
Come on.
they had tried to copy others.
Not very chill.
Unique combination. When you play the multiplayer of Halo Infinite, it feels like old school.
Oh, it feels like Spider-Man. Okay.
It's not all new like Call of Duty, and it's not all old like Halo 3. It feels like a unique hybrid. And I think that's actually what they needed to do. If they had gone one way or the other, you would have had one group or another complaining.
Did he say modern gamers don't know who Master Chief is? What the fuck is this take? I'm pretty sure I missed it, but yeah. Cause he rambles on for so long that I start just zoning out and looking at the gameplay, which is terrible, actually distractingly bad. And then he says something stupid, and I need to go back and check for it. It's so fucking weird.
And I actually feel like
Who is Master Chief? I don't know. It's the green guy. Is it the Hulk?
At this point in time, which is about roughly 2 months from when it was originally released in early November 2021, I just don't think there's enough content yet. There's only a set amount of maps. For big team battles, there's only 2 or 3 maps. For standard multiplayer modes,
Yeah, they're probably gonna add some more.
There's just not enough right
That's how they do stuff nowadays.
Entire freaking month, all right, in order to pump out playlists that worked properly. For a whole month, you could only play randomized modes. That means Team Slayer, Oddball, Capture the Flag, and the Territories all were in one playlist, and you couldn't just pick what you wanted. Now, at least, they've separated it out to Free-for-All, Team Slayer, Party Mode, or excuse me, Fiesta Mode, where it has randomized weapons, etc., in their own respective playlists. They have a lot of work they need to do. They definitely need to add in more content to the multiplayer mode, although, admittedly, it's kind of cool, because guess what? It's freaking free.
It's just like hitting everybody with fucking the melee attacks.
You just get it for free.
Okay, it's free, so it's cool. But this gameplay is so bad, so boring, and it makes the game look bad. And this is supposed to be one of the 2 best games of the year. It's either this or Resident Evil, which the gameplay for that was also bad, because it was just him walking around in a house.
That we're running. That's pretty unprecedented.
In a little bit outside.
That's the route they went. At the very same time, a lot of people.
Come on, DSP. You could have picked something fun.
Just out of control.
It's just the hook, and then he gives him the elbow, and he's dead. This is the fucking gameplay.
Charging someone $10 for cat ears in the first person.
Hey, big ups Inverted.
At the same time, this is how they're making their money, because the game is.
And Mashenka, yeah, this is the penultimate stream. Matter of fact, this is the penultimate video, and then I'm gonna be going to bed.
Return to form for the franchise.
It's a return to form. Shockingly good.
And the multiplayer, and to this day,
shockingly good.
The multiplayer. In fact, it's my late stream tonight. Fun with it.
So much fun. You should go and tip. Let's see. What's gonna be number 1?
Pick my favorite game 2021 is Resident Evil Village. Alright? I don't need to show you gameplay because we already saw it.
Yeah, and that's it. Why? Because okay, let's hear why.
It's
gonna be the last thing.
This time around. Okay? Personally, I enjoy survival horror way more than other franchises. I just do. Like, whenever I play a survival horror game, it feels like it's a special time on my streams. Whether it's because I like getting a little spooked, or I like surviving, or people like my reactions to surviving.
You like surviving, all right. You like surviving. You've been playing a survival horror game for the last 4 years in real life. That's why you like it so much, because it's so immersive, right? It reminds you of the real survivor horror game.
Really, people tell me they, in a lot of cases, don't like playing survival horror games, or they can't, they get too scared, but they enjoy coming to my streams and videos to watch me play. I give them a way to enjoy survival horror. Whenever I play a survival horror game, it feels like a party atmosphere around me.
Yeah, it feels like fucking Spider-Man.
You get scared, to see me persevere, whatever it may be. Resident Evil 8 for me, out of all the games that I played in 2021, when I played Resident Evil 8, it felt like an event. It did.
An event.
You can't miss. I enjoyed the hell out of it the entire time I played it. So did my viewing audience. And
It's like an event in WWE Champions. You can't miss it. You need to participate. You need to buy the $100 pack. Because it's been discounted from $350, so it's a good deal. Please buy it.
To support and watch it. This was at a time when things were in flux for me. I'd been
Oh, so it's people came out of droves to watch it. Okay. All right.
Twitch partner program.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Make a living on Twitch with no revenue.
Okay, so it was the actual survivor horror in real life, and that's why people came and gave him a lot of money, and he liked the game. And that's the game of the year. Because it's also, in his stupid fucking review, what also gets included is his personal living situation at the time when he played it. That's what made the game even better. That he was living in the game, in real life.
Besides tips, it was a rough time.
And tips.
I drove to watch this, and it felt so special to me. A game that really tried to venture outside of the mold of what survival horror in Resident Evil terms had been up to that point, and do a variety of things, a wide variety of locations and enemies, introducing new plot points and new game mechanics, and having revolutionary, groundbreaking graphics that blew me away at the time. It basically hit it on...
Oh, it's graphics. Yeah, the graphics were pretty in that game. That was pretty.
In general, by the time that the credits rolled, I was incredibly pleased with the experience.
Incredibly pleased with the amount of tips he got. Now let's go watch some Liquid Richard, and I'm gonna be going to bed, dudes. So yeah, big ups everybody who showed up. Big ups to all your contributions, to all the chill in chat. And let's see. I want to listen to Pistol Grip because it's fucking nice. Oh wow. No, not 125. We're gonna kill everybody if we listen to 125. I can put it on 0.75. Let's see how that's gonna be.
I beat you with the fucking pistol grip. Fucking pistol grip. Fucking pistol grip. I would destroy your face.
Whoa, that's pretty fucking hard hitting. I should remix this. Okay, big ups everybody. Thank you for having a fun time. And yeah, I'll see you around.
Pulverize would destroy your face. Pulverize. You know people don't like fat people. You've seen people isolate you because you're fat. Because you're fat, you can't see your dick.
You get a real fucking job.
Because you're fat, you can't see pussy. I don't really have life.
I'm a mature adult.
I don't really have sex because I'm fat and weak. You'll never be thin.
Oh my God.
Everything. You'll never be thin. It ruins everything. Production. Wings of Depression, Wings Tears, Wing Team, John Rick, Lord of the Rings.
I sold Jasper into slavery.
Fat tits of laudation. It ruins everything. Welcome to Band World. I beat you with a fucking pistol grip. Fucking pistol grip. Fucking pistol grip. I would destroy your face. Pulverize. Would destroy your face. Pulverize. I beat you with a fucking pistol grip. Fucking pistol grip. Fucking pistol grip. I would destroy your face. Pulverize. Would destroy your face. Pulverize. 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 I would destroy your face.
Big up Liquid Richard.
Big up Liquid Richard.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree.
Hello?